Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new spanking episode of Video Dish Podcast, the only podcast that officially declares jihad on hard drive.
That's right. That's right.
This is a real return to form. It's me, Nick, Sam. You remember him? Jake, the third point of the triangle, as we've mentioned multiple times, here in spirits, floating around us as a ghost, interjecting with his opinions and thoughts on League of Legends and such. And most importantly, our inaugural guest, our very first guest, our recurring guest, and dare I say, our favorite guest, Kevin Podas.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for the kind words, kind praise.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Yeah.
You took the words right out of my freaking mouth.
Yeah. For newer listeners, Kevin was the first, like Nick mentioned, and now he has the most return visits of any guest on the show.
Go back and listen to the first one, and then the second one. I don't know.
Yeah.
They got a little out of hand.
Look for the thumbnail with dead Genkai.
Yeah, that got a little bit emotional.
Yeah, reminiscent on our previously malformed visages. But now we're back with an editor, even ready to go. And what are we talking about with? Yeah, that's right. An editor you may even know.
Is his name start with a Z?
It does.
And then a W?
It does. He's a visor collector. You might have heard of him.
Yeah, is he that guy who wears a visor on his head and also his pant loop? Is that who I'm thinking
That's
of?
right. That's right.
Dyes his hair green?
I think he still does. I can't tell. He's black and white. He's doing this thing now.
Any
where
video feed he comes through on, it's looking like
he looks so horrifying. He looks so scary in his video now. He goes out of his way to look like he's about to be killed in a snuff film. It's
okay. That sounds about right. Yeah,
yeah.
That's Wick.
That's
the aesthetic.
He's really into like these games that are kind of like Pokemon Snap, but instead of Pokemon, it's these anthropomorphic characters.
Yeah, it's a naked lady with a lot of hair.
Wow.
Yeah, some classics, Wick.
No,
not much. Not much has changed.
I was gonna say I said wow, but I'm like that tracks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly.
Some things in the world need to be constant, and Zwick's degeneracy is certainly one of
honest
those
to God,
things.
in this day and age when planes are falling out of the sky and tariffs are happening left and right, and I'm just glad to know Zwick is still a perverted weirdo.
Exactly.
That brings me like a bizarre comfort.
Yeah, I may not be able to get a Switch 2, but at least Zwick will be looking at furry porn tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of terrorists and Switch 2, have you seen the people calling for I'm not political typically, but I think we should kill Donald Trump because I can't buy a Switch 2 now. It's like, this is what turned you?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where there's been a lot of things this week where it's like, this is what did it?
Yeah.
Which is, in a way, it's kind of a relief because it's like, at least people are fucking opening their eyes, but like, it was, it's either, you take my toys or you take my money. You say whatever you want to say about all different kinds of people in all different parts of the world.
You can act with impunity.
Yeah,
otherwise,
but when you fuck with my toys,
I'm
not happy about it. I'm not happy about it either, for the record.
If I can't play Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, I'm gonna fucking kill everyone.
That's right.
Seriously, it's like 20 minutes of cutscenes, dude.
But to be fair, if they were to add even 1 second of new content in Yakuza 0, that would be enough for me to buy a Switch 2.
Well, it's already confirmed.
Yeah, so
it's happening.
Yes, I will be paying the $600 for the Switch 2.
I'll be shelling out too, unfortunately.
Very good. Yeah, well, on
600?
today's show...
Did you say 600?
I mean, it's probably going to be 800, I don't know.
What a disaster. What a roller coaster of a week in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, news, like, we don't even have to, like, talk about world news, well, because it's kind of related, but, like, just gaming news in general.
Yeah.
Just boiling it down to, like, Nintendo news
The important
specifically. Like, what a week. What a week.
Oh, truly. Yeah, so on today's show, we'll be covering the reveal, the announcement of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And all the game announcements that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also worth noting, like, my own personal week. I think I told Sam this a little bit, or Nick, I'm sorry. I always get you guys confused.
It's okay. His name is SSM.
That's what it is.
It's so close to Sam.
Yeah. Sam, Nick, Sam. I was telling Nick, I believe the other day that, like, while that was all happening, I almost ended up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I had like a really bad like bacterial infection or something, and I got severe stomach pains, and it was kind of like up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like watching the direct on my phone from the toilet. And I was like, literally, like, I'm like, should I be in
This is
hospital?
exacerbating this.
They can't miss a second.
My acid reflux.
Yeah. No, and then like I got to a point where like it was okay, and then it was worse, and then it was just like, okay. I did end up going to the doctor quickly and got some pain meds for it, but like that was how that all began for me. And then, would you believe it, things got even crazier with the tariffs and the news of all kinds.
Yeah. Fun time to be an American right now. Fun time to be an American gamer.
Fun,
right now.
Really, like just if you're anywhere on planet Earth right now, it's like
pretty dire.
Yeah.
Pretty dire.
But you know what? There's a console coming out.
How funny it would be if you went to the doctor and you're like, oh, if you were just 30 minutes early, if you hadn't watched that Nintendo Direct, we could have saved that gallbladder.
That, honestly, God, I was concerned it was a gallbladder thing. Because, like, my dad had something similar happen recently, and I called him, and he's like, well, maybe go get that looked at. And,
you too, son. Yeah.
Just white as a sheet, the family curse.
Basically, yeah. So.
Wow. Well, we're glad you're here with us today. Sorry you're
I pulled through just for this.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
If it's any consolation, I also watched the Direct on the pot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that out of necessity, or was that
the guy just loved shitting?
It's his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Were you waiting for like the big reveal of like, oh my god, if they happen to reveal a new Donkey Kong game, perhaps
when
I'm gonna
Silksong
shit bricks
appeared on the screen, when more than 2 seckons of Silksong appeared on the screen,
crazy.
Jake just drained completely.
It's true.
Oh,
immediately.
Yeah, I wish.
You may want to sit down.
I wish I could shit bricks.
But yeah. Well, I mean, we can get right into the Switch 2's announcements. We're already really talking about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
At a glance, what's the big stuff? The big price tag. What was it? Is it like 500?
Or is
it 450?
So far,
450.
But
initially,
by the time this comes out, it could be double that.
Right. With the true
fluctuating markets these days.
Just I gotta say, like, I know they've had their moments of greediness, as many companies have, but they try to be somewhat consumer friendly. But I, honest to God, I kind of feel bad because like that date was planned like 3 months in advance. I mean, to us, we're longer for them. But then like then Trump is like announces Liberation Day is April 2nd, like later that afternoon.
Yeah, that's
and it's
pretty
like,
rush.
yeah, this is not going to end well. But there's been a lot of speculation as to whether or not that price was factoring in the tariffs. And I guess it didn't factor in like the previous ones, but they were probably anticipating like whatever the hell Liberation Day was going to bring. So they raised it up, and then like he took out that giant like cardboard like chart, and it was like bigger than anybody expected.
Wow. We're gamer NPR now.
The tariffs aren't going to affect it just because it's fully manufactured over there, and it's not something that would have been manufactured here. It's still an import, yes, but like it's a full-fledged product that's being imported, which I could be totally wrong, but I hope that's the stuff that's not getting hit.
Because like if that's the case, then it's not going to hit iPhones or PC parts of all kinds and any kind of anything you would use,
Are the rumors of like pre-orders not being able to be a thing, like because of everything that's happening? That's true.
That's true.
That is people can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put out an official official
Wow.
statement. They said because of the tariffs, we have to reassess the situation for just America. So if you live outside of the U.S.,
Shit.
you can still pre-order it. But like for all of us, I don't know. Jake, do you live here too?
Yeah.
For all of us, we are waiting with bated breath. I mean, I can't afford the damn thing as it is. I mean,
That's
like
true.
just
If they do up it, that's going to be brutal. That's going to be really, really brutal. Like,
I was expecting 400, like 450. Okay, it's not that bad. But the game prices is, I think, what's more concerning to myself.
Is it a portent of dark times to come?
Yeah, like honestly, I mean, I'm pretty surprised that game prices in general haven't gone up in like 20 years or longer. I mean, I think
since like the 80s, probably.
Yeah, it's been
like 40 years.
It's been a long time that games have been $60. So like I can kind of understand like a $10 raise. My biggest issue is the physical aspect. Like
You don't actually get anything. You get a key card that lets you download the game, which is insane.
It's still
apparently,
$10 more.
Apparently, Nick, that is like that might not be true now. This has been the annoying thing of this whole rollout.
Misinformation.
Is like misinformation, and then like they're not clear on things, and then
Metal
people
Gear
are told
Solid
one
2,
thing.
yes.
But like then somebody like I guess today like somebody's like I'm going to reach out and try to find out. And then they got back to them and we're like, oh no, the game and like for the Switch 2. Well, okay, the key cards I think that is a download, but like there's like the Switch 2 version that people said it was like okay, it's just going to be like a Switch 2 game or a Switch 1 game, and then you have to like download.
Yeah, for the upgraded
version.
Yeah. Like if you have
DLC.
Tears of the Kingdom. Or something,
but
right?
apparently like that. Now that part, sorry, that's what I meant. That part is not true. Apparently, everything is on the card for those, which I don't know, like because that was confirmed today because nobody asked them directly, and then they finally confirmed that that's the case. But the key card thing
is that real?
That's real, and it's confusing.
That is fucked to me because that means that you don't actually own anything. And these 90, 100, what was it again? It's a $120 game. You'll buy that. It's impossible to sell it back because it's already on your account. It's yours forever. Yeah. It's one and done.
It's yours as long as you have the license. Yeah.
Until that as long as they support the
exactly.
Yeah.
That is how I feel about
store.
Yeah, if it goes away the 3DS, that thing's just a worthless hunk of plastic.
Or Wii U at this point, right?
And I do like to collect physical games, and I think like here like so the big thing was like to be honest, I expected $70 for these games. Because like PS5, it's been $70
the next
for like 5 years.
Sort of pricing now,
yeah.
But like, I think the 80, like, and like the whole thing. Honest to God, I think so much of this could have been avoided if they didn't make Mario Kart $80. If they kept it $10 cheaper, I don't think we would be hearing nearly as much complaining.
Totally. No, if game prices just were like, okay, look, it's been 40 years, we're gonna up to $70. Be like, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, like, I don't know. If you guys remember this or are old enough to remember it, but like Super Nintendo and like early Nintendo 64 games, the prices were all over the board. Like I straight up remember games being $100, like in like 1996.
Yeah, I think that's an old Sears catalog. Yeah,
I think like even Final Fantasy VI. I believe Final Fantasy VI. I believe was maybe $100 on Super Nintendo.
That's crazy.
Cartridge,
yeah,
$100.
And that's 1994, 95, 96 money. So inflation, that's like even more expensive, which is fucking insane. That's not an excuse for like we should have that. It's just like
so I support this.
Well, I mean, yeah. At some point, like I think like in the late 90s, they had that like standardized pricing. So I think that was like it was like $50, like $49.99.
$60.
Yeah. Well, $60. I think that started with like the HD.
That's like the PS2.
Was it? I remember like
I thought I remember like one of the first games I ever purchased was Final Fantasy X. I thought I remember paying $60 for it. But it
could be like I remember though like Wii games were 50 and like PS3 and 360 were like $60, and then like Wii U Switch went up to 60 as well. And then I guess like just breaking the $80 seal though is like
a step too far.
That's just a like because that's going to add up if like they continue to do that. But like I think it's a shame because I think that there's been such a massive backlash. I could see them like in a world where we weren't ruled by tariffs at the moment. I could see a world where that they would not do that again, but now it's like, okay, yeah, everything might actually be more expensive because of this. So it's like a bad situation just got worse, basically. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, they're not, I don't need those, but like it would be nice to have them.
For sure.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And by the time this comes out, who knows? Maybe he drops the tariffs. Maybe I don't know.
It's all fucked up. I don't like any of it. I don't agree with it, and I am going to buy the $200 game.
Yeah. I mean, like, oh man, it would be, it would be great if like, I don't know, because I also think like they have a reputation for kind of having the more affordable stuff.
Yes.
But like,
typically, yeah.
I think, I don't know, apparently it's a pretty big leap compared to Switch 1.
Hardware,
so I think they're,
yeah,
and it's one of those things where, I don't know. Then it's like if the PlayStation 6 comes out, which I assume it would at some point, like then it's going to be behind again. And I don't know. People are already saying like this opens the door for like $100 like GTA 6.
Yeah, exactly. Grand Theft Auto 6 is like always the next part of this conversation. They're like, oh, I thought Rockstar was going to be the first one to hike up the price, but it's Daddy Nintendo.
So yeah, Rockstar or Ubisoft for sure.
Oh yeah,
Ubisoft has been selling $120 versions of their games though for like the past.
But they typically have a $60 version or $70 version.
Yeah, the plebe version, the poor person version, is advertised as.
Do you imagine
make you feel bad?
Imagine paying $100 for Assassin's Creed Mirage.
No,
you'd go crazy. You would bomb their offices.
They have said that there's going to be like variable pricing, so like that would because like most of the games or some of the games are $70 they revealed so far, but like variable, like does that mean
primo games?
Because like there were certain games, like the one thing about the standardized pricing is like there were certain games that where it's like, you know, especially like, you know, certain games on Switch like like WarioWare, as fun as those games are, so you know they could have been a little bit cheaper. You know what I mean? Like there's like that standardized pricing where some like not everything has to be $60. I think some might have been 50 or something, but like
no, there definitely were some. Yeah, there were some games that were like almost of their first party games that are, you know, the big ones were always 60. But I'm trying to remember. I definitely bought some games on Switch that were $40. Granted, they were digital.
Mm-hmm.
One of the messed up things that people forget too that Nintendo does that pisses me off a lot is like
send ninjas to your house to kill you.
When they have like a $40, they'll have like an old $40 game or even $60 game. It'll get discounted to half price to $30 or $20, and then they'll re-release it on a new console. So like, let me think. Like Luigi's Mansion 2, right? DS game.
Oh yeah,
$40. Then it's $20, and then they re-release it on the Switch for $60, and you're like, what?
That was bullshit, because like Metroid Prime Remastered was like 40, and then like Luigi's Mansion 2, which they put less work into and is a smaller game, was 60. It makes no sense.
No, Nintendo's been
Luigi's a big star. Forever. He's a big star. He demands
right
money
now
on this game, you know?
A whole year. Potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
I like one of the other guys at Palette Swap, our video producer, Fudge. He had a theory, and like it's crazy enough to possibly be true. Everybody's wondering, where is Diddy Kong? He's not in Mario Kart. He's not in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
They scrubbed him out.
Is there a possibility that like they are avoiding the name Diddy right now?
It's not good for the brand.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
100%.
Yeah,
listen to me. Yeah,
I don't know for sure.
It is very funny. It's a full return to form, rare style Donkey Kong game got announced, and there's no Diddy Kong whatsoever.
Cranky Kong is there. No Diddy. Yeah. Oh, I know. He's at one of his Diddy parties. That's what's happening.
You think Nintendo's in touch enough, though? Like, if any other company, I'd be like,
absolutely. Miyamoto,
they're not fucking before Mickey Mouse. Yeah,
Miyamoto's at the fucking party. Jake, open your eyes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
They just seem
Shiggy
so
at the Shiggy at the Diddy party.
Shiggy at the Diddy party. There's an article headline. Yeah,
it's a name for the episode.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, but then Luigi, I think that, you know, I can guarantee there was so much conversation behind closed doors of like, oh my god, like we don't want to be political, but like we can't not have Luigi in the game. But like he is so like just I'm like Luigi is not the most common name, so obviously you know, they're thinking, oh, the United Healthcare shooter? Oh, he does have the same name as that video game.
It's that game, yeah. We're announcing Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, where it's like,
keep saying it wrong.
Yeah. I you know, good friend of mine and former co-host of Thought Cops, Grant Mooney.
Big shout out.
Yeah, we went and we went to the cinema back in December. We saw a little movie together called Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And
little film you may have heard of.
He brought with him something so controversial, and I was like, "You can't wear that in public. You cannot wear that in public." And it was a green Luigi hat. He took it out of his bag. I'm like,
nice.
"What are you trying to say with this, man? What are you trying to say? That is like the thing. That is now political. That hat. If you wear that, you're saying something. Wow. And like, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying if you wear a Luigi hat in public, people are going to be thinking a certain thing about. Am I wrong?
It's true. It's exactly the same as wearing a MAGA hat, and it's bizarre that has happened.
It's the inverse color too.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
It stands for the
I
exact
saw someone
opposite.
like a
It
Luigi
sends the
hat. I don't
message.
think I'd immediately assume like, yeah, kill
Yeah.
Really, if you saw a
CEOs.
grown, I guess, yeah, if you saw a grown, maybe like, oh, autistic.
I'd roll my eyes and say, oh,
Well, it's both. It's like
Yeah.
autistic guy also,
he's also a killer.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they're wearing,
Yeah.
the rest, everything else you're going to be very hip. So you're like, oh, an autistic guy who accidentally dressed really cool, or a cool guy who's wearing that hat to make a statement.
I guess so.
If you at PAX, you gotta let me know, like, if there is.
When you wear your Luigi hat on the floor,
Yeah.
you gotta let
Oh,
me
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Nick's gonna be a full Luigi for Fanime. Just wait.
I gotta wonder, like, or like my friend Walker, like Slime, the garbage man.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. He did that shirt, and then he within, like, I believe, minutes of when the initial news broke of when they got Luigi, or they got him at the McDonald's.
Bastards. Yeah,
that snitch,
Mm-hmm.
Ronald McDonald,
Class traitor.
yeah, really. Like, I thought Ronald McDonald was one of us.
It's
No
fucked.
way, Kevin.
Turns out he's a member of the
Yeah.
bourgeoisie.
Turns out he's Gygus.
Yeah. So
Who would have thought?
run,
Yeah.
The hard
Also
pill
love
to
that shit.
swallow.
But he put out a shirt within minutes, and it was like, obviously it's kind of like you've seen other stuff like this since then. But he was selling it and made a few $100, I think.
Nice.
It was the Luigi's Mansion font, and it just said Luigi Mangione on the store. You could buy it like within like maybe minutes to an hour of the story breaking.
Nice.
And he was like, I couldn't not.
Yeah, way to capitalize.
Yeah.
After getting that taste of the first responder, he's got an eye for these things.
Yeah.
His fingers on the pulse. He's like, I know what'll make money.
Yeah.
He's a
People find this very
provocateur.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's excellent. Are they still up? Are they still up for purchase?
That's a good question. Honestly, they might be.
Yeah, link below.
Link below.
Or put that up on the Palette Swap site, actually.
Yeah, we
That'd
gotta get more of his merch over, because he did that Final Fantasy shirt.
Very good. Yeah, Nick, show it off for the.
Yeah, when I got this, my wife said, "You did not clear this with me. You cannot wear this outside."
It's true.
We gotta include, like, if you want to buy it on the site, you have to say, like, did your wife did she clear this?
Does your wife know what you're
Wife or
spending
husband?
money on?
Yeah.
Is your partner okay with this? But it's fine,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to wear it on the cool podcast.
Wear it on the cool
people.
podcast. You
Yeah.
wear it at cool conventions.
Mhm.
Do not
Mhm.
ever wear it outside.
Yes.
And I have, do you know I have the very, very original version of that shirt?
first
And it's
Fresh from the
because
screen printer.
Yeah, he made it. I want to say like in 2020. He made it just for himself, and like he posted it on Twitter. I'm like, dude, where did you get that shirt? And he like, because I'm like, I know him pretty well. He's like, and he messaged me. He's like, bro, do you want me to just send it to you? I'm like, oh, if you want. He's like, yeah, no problem. So he like just basically took it off his back, sent it in the mail, and shipped it to me.
Wow.
And then like I would wear, it's a great shirt to wear on a podcast, and I was wearing it on Thought Cops once. And then the same thing happened. We had a guest on who was like, where did you get that shirt? And then I'm like, oh, my friend made it. I don't know. And then like he saw the episode and he's like, I'll put it, don't worry, I'll put it up for sale right now. And then he bought one and he wore it. It was somebody who
Joe
actually
Rogan.
it was Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe was on the show, and then obviously he wore the shirt and everybody's buying it, and yeah. So
very cool.
Trey,
Wow.
if you're following it, whoever's managing the Know Your Meme page, I'm assuming there is one for that shirt. I don't know. I didn't bother to look it up, but you better fucking update it and give me proper
Leave that
credit.
citation.
Originated by Kevin Podas.
Well, I didn't make it, but I was the model.
Yeah, don't they have like a first posted little articles like first spread by XYZ?
Wow.
The virus first
The
spread.
viral infection spread, yeah. Patient zero.
I was patient zero for that. I was patient zero for COVID. Also bird flu coming up.
Monkeypox.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then, that's kind of why I was in the hospital. I'm being irresponsible with diseases.
Well, now you got the Switch 2 to cheer you up in the coming months of recovery. Kind of circling back to that.
I mean,
any announcements from that showcase speak to you guys? I was with Nick. We were literally at the breakfast watching that.
We were crowded around his cell phone.
Setting the scene.
Really funny because there's a giant TV right behind us, but it was just.
And you guys were also on toilets too, right?
Yeah,
like next to each other.
Kind of,
yeah.
Okay.
Parallel play.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Our controllers out and everything.
Yeah. But,
I mean, I loved. For me, what did I think about it? Mario Kart is cool. I don't know like what I
Move to
want
an
from
open
like
world.
I don't know
How do
what
you
I
feel
want
about
from
that?
that. Like
Mhm.
it's like, and the weird thing is like I didn't watch any like the Treehouse stuff throughout the week, but like I can't even wrap my head around how that works. Like I feel like I've tried to like figure out what that even is, and I can't.
Like
It's like
Forza
open world.
Horizon,
It's like,
I
yeah,
assume, you know, or any of
Mario
the recent
Horizon.
Need for
Well, like,
Speeds. Yeah.
Like you can like drive between courses, but like the courses are kind of like winding. Like I don't get
Like
like
circuits. Yeah,
Right,
weird.
right,
Yeah,
like,
is it
closed
like
circles.
separate from
yeah,
from
like how
the
does
other
that work? Like you just like
roadways?
drive and then you go to a circuit and you ride around it 3 times and you go to the next one, you ride around it 3 times. Is that how that works?
It
I
must. I mean,
guess.
I play a lot of racing games, and
Okay.
This is Jake's area of expertise.
It's true.
yeah, I'd say they are kind of my forte. And
Okay.
like in terms of actual games I compete
Yeah, you
at.
know, I got the
And
steering wheel and
Oh,
everything.
nice.
those are, I mean, if they try and model it like a Need for Speed or Horizon open world style, it could, I mean, to me, like, it's just not the kind of game to do it.
Yeah,
It's
because
an
it's a track
arcade
racer. Yeah, you race
Yeah,
on those
yeah.
tracks.
Like, I
Yeah.
played a lot of Trackmania recently, has been my main racing game.
Man's
And
an addict.
yeah, I play all
Just
the time.
crack. Yeah.
And like, the game's just much more akin to that. It's not like it wouldn't even
Yeah,
that could work open world a little better, but
Mhm.
I don't know because what are you gonna do unless they have like I guess they
Well-
could make it almost like how you had with Tony Hawk games like Underground where there's
like
like little
Underground?
things you can
Oh,
do,
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe
right?
they're gonna try and
Whole
blend
cities.
like design
I would have
principles
to
from
think.
Mario into this
Yeah.
thing. So maybe it'll be like a collectathon in your car. You know, they'll
Right.
have kind of
Right.
mastery
I mean, like,
challenges that way.
I
I'm
think
happy, but
you know-
go ahead. Sorry,
when Dragon Kart already exists, why bother with the inferior products?
that's a good point.
Of course.
Man, those guys were tough in that mini game.
I know. Did you? Well, you haven't played the Majima one yet, right?
Not yet. I have infinite wealth because I did buy a PS5 like a couple months
Nice.
ago,
Oh, so
Finally,
you certainly,
and it-
yeah, certainly.
and it was-
Hey,
but it
me
was-
too, bro.
Yeah.
Me too.
and the whole reason I bought it was because like not why I did want one, but like when they like Trump announced the tariffs, like that day, like it was supposed to go into effect at midnight
Shit.
on China, and I was just like, I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Now or never.
Yeah,
Now or
exactly.
never.
Oh yeah, that's very different from why I wanted to get one when it first came out and couldn't, and I was not willing to pay scalpers. I was like, fuck that, I'm not paying $1,000
Yeah.
for this fucking console. And I'd waited like 3 years. I've told this story in the podcast before, but it's like I waited like 3 or 4
This is
years.
Jake's favorite
Finally,
story.
they went down, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wait for the Pro at this point because I've waited so long. It's sure
That's so
surely
funny.
it's gonna come out. Then I
Jake-
waited another year, and the Pro's fucking $700. And at that point, just because I was so pissed that I'd waited that long, I was like, fuck it, I'll just get it. And so I ended up getting it. But even though it's like a marginal, I swear to God, if they come out with a 6 like next year, I'm going to
The
lose
6
my
is going to come
I
out.
don't.
mind.
The 6 is
Jake's-
going to come out because GTA 6 cannot run on the PS5.
His
That is-
favorite story
yeah.
is just bragging that he's a PS5 Pro.
It's not even bragging. It's more just like me trying to come to terms.
He's like,
with
listen,
me
I have
paying this
principles,
much for
I'm
this thing."
patient, and I'm rich.
Literally,
Yeah.
it was like, I'm patient, I'm getting it. And dude, if
And I
they
can
announce
afford
a
the
6,
disc drive, so I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
Moneybags over here at these discs.
I did get the fucking disc drive, you're right.
So, but I was thinking about the PS5 Pro because I'm like, dude, how much
Doesn't
is
even
that
include
going
a
to be?
camera like the Switch
I know.
2. What the
Like
fuck?
how much will that be after the tariffs? Like $1,000?
$1,000.
Maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah.
Like,
It's going to make 700 seem like chump change.
I
Right.
know.
True.
Yeah, like under $1,000 will be like, God, those were the days.
I mainly wanted to watch Blu-rays too, because I have nothing to watch
Yeah.
Blu-rays on, and
Mhm.
it does do that very
The,
well.
the USD is on the fast track to being the same as the yen, I think. $100 for a cup of coffee? What a deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll finally have parity. I don't
I
have to
know.
like figure out
Yeah.
if
I don't have to
100
do the
yen is
math.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very easy. Very easy.
well, we did print a third of the current existing total money in a year and a half during COVID.
Oh, good. More money.
A third of all the money USD in current circulation was printed
During
in a
COVID.
year and a half.
Wow.
So them saying inflation has like maxed at 10% and is slowly going down is such fucking bullshit. Because like you can't just do that. You can't just print a third of the money and be like, yeah, inflation's not going to raise significantly. It's like significant. They've just basically held the brakes and shit's still going up from that. And I mean, no one wants to believe it, but it's true. And there's no fucking way they're giving real numbers.
We're on the precipice of collapse. Everyone can feel it.
No, I can't
That's
wait.
why we cope by podcasting.
I can't wait.
Exactly.
As so many games load on my Steam Deck, it'll be great.
When
You're so ready for the apocalypse.
the ruins of some super highway, just playing.
playing Y2K again.
Yeah, I'm tanning leather and playing my Steam Deck right now.
Pissing in a cauldron.
You're not far off. I don't know. I don't think it's
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's like that hit Amazon TV show Fallout. You guys ever see that one?
Yeah.
Apparently it's based
Is that
off
like
a
The
video game.
Last of Us?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, it's like
I
some
think
game.
it got some award or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
this guy, this genius, Todd Howard made it. I heard.
I know he wrote it himself.
Yeah. But Mario Kart. Okay, that's how we're feeling there. Kind of. It's cool, but it's not like you didn't need it.
Yeah, it's no rhythm heaven, you know. It's not a must-have day one game.
Oh yeah, they had that the
for
week
sure.
prior. Yeah.
Yeah, were there any must-haves? I guess.
Unironically and genuinely
but-
rhythm heaven.
I was gonna say the FromSoft game, but we could talk about.
Oh
Rhythm
yeah,
Heaven.
yeah, Bloodborne
Oh,
2.
sure. Yeah.
There was that.
So
one, yeah.
is that like an online multiplayer game or
It
something?
is. So I saw further reports. It's like PvPvE.
Wait, which
sort of
one is?
The FromSoft game. It's like an
I mean, aren't
8-player.
they all?
I mean, I was
yeah,
gonna say,
technically
isn't that-
they
yeah,
technically
I don't know.
are, but I
That's
think
why I was
this is like,
confused because they had an emphasis on that for
yeah,
this
it's, like,
one.
it's 8 players. Like, is it round based
Yeah.
or what? I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um,
Interesting.
I mean, there could just be some.
I mean, it could just be happening actively at any point.
Yeah.
It could just be a Souls game, but you can have 8 instead of 4.
Then the what is it? The semi sequel to Elden Ring is also like a PvP focus,
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like Raid,
thing.
rogue,
It's like a
like,
roguelike,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
Yeah.
right?
Is that
But
a whole
it's-
new game?
It's kind of
Or was it DLC?
DLC Shadow of the Air
without
Tree.
getting to. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's
interesting
Yeah,
to, like,
FromSoft game, yes, sir.
Go for the big online experience on a Nintendo system though, because like they
Right.
aren't
It's-
known for
It's
having the
pretty
best
crazy.
online infrastructure.
or M-rated games.
I feel like that's
yeah.
that's kind of a thing of the past. I feel like the Switch one definitely has a lot of M-rated games.
Right, but I'm saying like in their
By
big
the time the
presentation,
Wii was
or
released.
they're like
Oh, yeah.
right?
their big announcement. They're
Yeah.
putting in a for adults only bite someone's throat and suck out their soul game. You know?
For Switch only.
Yes,
is a
Switch
big
yes.
thing. That's
That
what's
is-
crazy
yeah.
to me.
That is crazy.
Like Bayonetta 3 was as risque as they ever got.
From like
And
proper
Mad
Nintendo.
World, do you remember that one on the Wii?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Black and
it was
white.
awesome.
Yeah.
true. Mad World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With
But
the
still very
FromSoft
few,
one.
right? Yeah, FromSoft was a shocker.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Like,
I'm cool with it.
It's cool.
I'll get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. FromSoft doesn't really make bad games, so
Yeah. So Rhythm
You ever
Heaven.
play Tenchu Stealth Assassins? That shit is clunky as hell.
nah,
Is that
I'm not.
PlayStation?
That is great. Yeah, that's like
You know, before they started.
Proto
But no,
Sekiro.
absolute
before,
bangers.
before the Souls games.
Yeah.
I think people forget about that era of FromSoft. It's like, you ever play Armored Core 2? Shit is crazy.
I just
But
watch videos of
also
someone playing
pretty good.
Kingsfield, and I'm like, oh, they should go back to this game I never played.
Was that the first
This is
one?
the primo shit.
Kingsfield?
Kingsfield? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the
that was like the
first person.
proto Souls, all the first person dungeon crawling
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It runs
Right.
like 1 frame per second.
Yeah. Anything else really speak to you? Deltarune? Do either
yeah.
of you guys care about that?
Is that what's it?
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 are out. So are 3 and 4 like Switch
3 and
to
4 are
timed exclusives?
I hope not, because I've been waiting for this for years now. I've played through the chapters 1 and 2 on 3 different consoles now, just because I've been waiting for so long.
Wow.
So if I have to buy a Switch 2 just to play 3 and 4, I'll be kind of annoyed that I'll have to replay the entire game again.
Probably not. I doubt.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
doubt
they're.
it.
Have episode
I think they just
selection.
were like, let's announce it here. Like everybody will get it,
I
but
think
like
so.
we want to be the ones to let them know. You know?
Yeah, I think it'll be the same day release on all platforms. I hope, because I don't think it's not even the full game. There's still like another chapter or 2 after that.
It's
No,
not.
really?
I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was
4.
complete.
No, there's supposed to be a
That's
chapter 5
crazy.
too,
Oh wow.
at least.
Well, you know,
I only
I'm
played the
personally
first
not
one.
super invested, so yeah, I can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
speak on it very well.
It's like Undertale, but epic.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Now you
Yeah.
got my attention.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Kirby Air Riders was
Oh,
surprised.
yeah,
That was cool.
Nick's wife.
That's true.
lost her
She
shit.
literally jumped
really?
out of the chair with joy.
Grabbed him by the throats. And do you
And then
see
she was-
this right now?
That
He
did
Yeah,
was
mine
happen.
as
also
well.
also on
Mine
a
as
toilet
well.
too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, we had
Three
4
toilets.
toilets arranged
Oh,
like
4.
a D-pad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, my wife, his wife to be.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Real adult couples bonding.
Oh.
Yeah, I
That's what you
realized
do
for
with married
sure
friends.
on
You shit together. You look at the Switch 2 announcements. But for Air Riders, Sakurai back in the seat.
I know that that made me happy to see Sakurai come back to Kirby, but a part of me, like, I was kind of surprised they announced it within the same direct as Mario Kart
Dude,
World.
me too. I was just
This is
gonna
like-
say.
You
what
think
is
it steals thunder?
I think
Or,
Air Riders blew it the fuck out of the water. I'm way more excited for Air Riders.
Well,
Thing about it, like, is it's
Well,
like
you
people
and I.
like City Trial was awesome and stuff. And Kirby
yeah,
Air Ride, but
that's
then it's
what I
like
remember liking.
Mario Kart World is kind of like doing that now. So,
I
like,
had
what
that
will this
same
do?
thought, yeah.
I don't know.
What is it?
I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Kirby Air Riders is like the same. It's open world Kirby Air Ride.
I think if Air Riders keeps the same, like, large city, like, very, like, a lot of stuff to do and it kind of technically an open but smaller area, that'd be perfect,
Mm.
you know?
Mhm.
Don't go too crazy with it. Don't give you a big open nothing area. Open world is kind of the bane of gaming. I
Your
feel.
existence, yeah.
I don't care for it.
Yeah, you hate it.
Yeah, Nintendo does tend to do open world pretty well, though. I'll
Yeah,
say.
but keep it concise. It's
Yeah,
a
agreed.
racing.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah, give me something
Yeah,
small
something.
and dense. I don't need wide and shallow.
yeah.
That's
I want
something I'm
to find my
wondering
friends,
about.
bash into them and smash them.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But like that being so, like with Mario Kart, like being open world, like I'm fine with it. But at the same time, like, because like I feel like I put so many hours into Mario Kart 8 on Wii U and Switch.
I was gonna say you've had 2 console generations.
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that, yeah.
and like to the point where like I don't even want to play it anymore. It's like, and like they have like almost every fucking track in that game. So it's like, what can a new one do besides if it was another game where it's like, here's a bunch of new courses and you can race and do Grand Prix and then
Same
I
shit.
like, what would
Mhm.
I like? That's just like repetitive. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they're like switching it up a lot.
Mhm.
Be the cow.
Yeah, there you go. That's all.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do the open world stuff. Like,
I
you can
should've
be
had
cow.
the- Yeah.
Moo Moo Meadows cow.
That's what people were clamoring for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I admittedly I haven't looked at any further gameplay demos or videos if there have been any
Same.
of Mario Kart.
Don't bother. Then you ruin the surprise.
And frankly, I'm not super invested, so I'll probably be passing on this console. Although my Sophia's gonna get it for sure. I think
There you
She's
go.
Really,
And
Well, I
you'll
mean-
be borrowing it on the toilet.
yeah, there'll be one in
Yeah.
the house. Yeah,
I think we all 4 of us already know what the big announcement is. The thing that we all
Mm.
have to get a Switch 2 for
Mhm.
is obviously Yakuza 0 Director's Cut.
Yes,
There you go.
those 23 minutes of new
There you go.
cutscenes?
Yeah.
23 minutes.
And
Yes.
a cooperative multiplayer mode for the
Yeah.
first time. In
Wait, did I
series
miss
history.
that? What is that?
It's like you can fight hordes of enemies together in co-op.
Really?
Q and
Yeah.
Majima. Yeah.
You could be like some of the other
Ooh.
bosses, like Shibusawa or Kuze. You know, like,
Wait,
Oh,
is it like a side mode or is it like in
yeah,
the
I
main
think
story?
it's a side.
Oh, okay.
I think
'cause
it's
I'm
like
like,
a
only
Coliseum in the
only
guide.
for this fucking director's cut. It's insane. Only on
Mhm.
Switch too.
interesting.
insanity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jake, you gotta finally start playing Yakuza, and this is the place
I mean,
to
you
start.
could. It'd be the one to do it.
This
Yeah,
is the
that's what
one.
got me hooked.
Mhm.
0 is what got me hooked.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I probably will since it's like the beginning.
Truly
That's-
portable Yakuza 0.
Then you
Yeah.
skip. Yeah, you'd be like, I'm so attached to these characters. I wonder what's going to happen in the next one. Then
And then, yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, I'm finally
Yeah.
now that I have the PS5, I'm finally getting through all the fucking backlog of Final Fantasy games I have to
Yeah,
play.
I saw you playing 7 the other
Yeah,
day.
I've been playing. Once I beat Crisis Core, we've been playing 7 nonstop together, and then I'll probably take a break, play 16.
Yeah,
and
take
then
a break
play-
before you hit Rebirth
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, for
Speaking
sure.
Intergrade, whatever the
Speaking
hell
of
it's
though, 7 remake.
That's what I'm playing.
Oh, is that
Oh,
coming on
yeah, but
Switch
it's gonna
too?
be on
Oh,
Switch
you're
too.
right. On
Yeah.
the Switch, I saw that. That's
Yeah.
right.
That
Yeah,
was
the
like
Intergrade.
that was like the one I was like, of all the third party games, that was the one I was like, I am 99.9% sure that's going to be on here.
Yeah, shockingly enough, it is. I mean, if it can actually run at 120 frames per second, maybe
Yeah,
I was wrong about
people
everything.
expect
I mean,
Didn't it run?
supposedly,
I heard it was pretty decent on Steam Deck. I could be wrong.
I haven't even tried it. I've been
Okay.
because I already beat it on PS4, and I don't want to play through the entire
Massive
game again.
install
Yeah.
size for those
Yeah.
games too. It's like,
Gigantic.
I mean, Steam Deck struggles with
Stranger of Paradise.
Yeah, Stranger of Paradise. So
It's
Stranger of
poorly
Paradise is a
optimized.
much better game than remake, so it makes sense.
Oh,
So much more going on.
killing chaos. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask if it was the one with.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Limp
The Limp
Bizkit.
Bizkit? Yeah.
So
and
awesome.
Sinatra.
It is the little bit we played. It's amazing.
I feel like we must have played like
It's
a third
pretty
at
fun.
least of that game.
We put in, I don't know. I feel like we put in like 12 hours and we only got 10% of the way through the story max.
I
think
bet
so?
I bet we got
So.
further through that game. But getting off track here. Going back
It
to
is
the
fun.
direct.
Sorry. Yeah. Direct.
Yeah. When I'm thinking of like things that really didn't speak to me, I think that hilarious like tech demo that you have to pay for
Oh.
is
Yeah.
insane.
Full price.
Like, why is that not included?
Yeah,
Very
that's
strange.
a bummer. That's a bummer. It's
So-
$10, so it's that's their variable pricing. Like, see, Mario Kart's
okay,
80,
it's
but
only
the-
$10. Thank
I was thinking
The tech-
$80, yeah.
The tech demo that should have been free is only 10
very
Yeah.
strange.
bucks.
Very
Yeah.
strange. Not much to
Nuts.
say there. Other
Not
than,
exactly a Wii Sports, not a great pack-in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I learned something about that recently. Apparently,
about Wii Sports.
Wii Sports was not a pack-in title for Japan.
Oh,
Japan,
that
really?
sucks for them.
Yeah, you had to buy it separately, and I think
Really?
that for here, yeah, because apparently, like Reggie, when he was there, he had to like fight tooth and nail and was like, "We need to include this." And then like I guess there's like a lot of the
Japanese
Japanese
are like, no, they hate
Japanese developers were like, we shouldn't give away our work for free. Why? And then the Wii ended up doing like
bro.
I think
the
like
numbers that it did.
better as a result in America because
Oh,
of
for
Wii
sure.
Sports.
100%.
Retirement home every day.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Randy can play
Family.
tennis. Yeah.
So now that he's no longer at Nintendo, and I mean, in this tech demo is no Wii Sports.
Yeah. Doug Bowser's not going out
Yeah.
to bat
No.
for the consumer.
No.
Yeah. He's no Reggie,
but
man
like-
of the people.
And like it's just such funny timing because like I said, I just got a PS5 and like I couldn't fucking believe that Astrobot's Playroom was like a free pack-in
Dude,
demo,
game's so
and like it's infinitely more interesting than the Welcome Tour, and it was free.
good. Mhm.
It's a real treat when you open up that PS5. It's like, what is this?
Yeah, and it's like
Like,
it's
okay,
such
hell
like
yeah.
that, and like I think that it like rivals the Wii Sports is one of the greatest like pack-in titles ever. Not that there's
Ever.
not too many
Ever.
to compare to, but like
Mm-hmm. It's
Just
up
the-
there. Yeah.
it teaches you about the system and the controller and
Celebrates the
the
history
company's
of,
history,
Yeah.
and like
It is neat.
yeah, I will say I didn't care for the motion.
And-
Right.
gyro
They're just trying to
stuff.
show you. They're just trying to show you all the cool stuff. Your
The monkey
DualSense
stuff
can
I didn't
do.
care
Yeah.
for, but everything else,
Mhm.
I have yet to play the main Astrobot, which I am looking forward to.
Right. Game of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got that Super Mario Sunshine shit.
yeah, it's looking right up my alley.
Yeah, Nintendo, you could have had another great, and you missed your opportunity with this one.
Yeah, people will be like a generation defining classic is walking around and learning about the
Look at
magnets.
the D-pad. Look
Yeah.
at these
Yeah.
magnets.
Yeah.
The
Real quick,
camera.
how do we feel about the mouse functionality of the Joy-Con?
I think it's cool. I think it's a
That's
really good idea for
really
FPS.
good idea.
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
I just
heard from-
like, are you gonna have a Surface in front of you in your living room? Like, you just gonna go on your
I
coffee
heard about
table?
this. Like, so people like I tried it where like they use it on their pant leg or they use it on like
Yeah.
the armrest, and they said it worked just as well.
Interesting.
I did
That's
hear like
impressive.
mixed opinions on it. Like some people thought it was great. Some people were like, I'm not going to be using this. But I think for like games like Mario Maker and like
Yeah.
Pikmin,
Civ.
and even like Civ,
Yeah,
Civ
any
7.
PC
Anything that-
ports
Yeah.
or any
mouse would make
FPS.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is,
Age
this
of
is a
Empires.
very good
It's-
change.
It's a genius move. It's one of those things
Yeah.
where it's like, I would say arguably maybe the single thing that's like, okay, this isn't just another Switch. It's like
No, this is innovative.
The new
Yeah.
Joy-Cons.
This is like-
they found a
truly
way to
innovative.
innovate without like everything's waggle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, yeah, aside from that, I would say like my main, like, so I was really, really, really expecting a new 3D Mario, which I've been waiting
Me
for.
too.
And then at the end, I'm like, this doesn't look like Mario. And they're kind of like doing that, like just the environments and
Yeah.
everything. And then it's Donkey Kong. I'm like, okay, this
Honestly,
looks
yeah.
fun.
Very
Yeah.
satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
how he smashes shit. It almost feels like a Wario game, how he's just like insanely
I-
strong
Going
and
through
smashing
the
everything,
earth.
which I
Mhm.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, which you're kind of wondering, like, will they just not do that now? But
They're never going to make another
Yeah.
game where Wario is wearing his old clothes. That's just, I've given up. I have completely given up.
That is a bummer, actually.
When's the year of the Wario? You know,
It's not happening.
It's got to happen.
WarioWare is where he lives now, and
he'll get his flowers 2027. You know, pay $100 to play WarioWare Switch.
That would make sense with the greed aspects.
Yeah,
I could see him being a DLC character in a 3D Mario game or something, but that's
That'd
far.
Cool.
Yeah, Super Mario 64 DS remake.
Yes.
Yeah, that new Donkey Kong was looking very sweet.
It does.
Looks very fun. It looks like it's probably made by the team who was on Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. You kind of get that impression. Yeah, that, and lastly for me, I think the GameCube catalog being available. You know, it's just like running an emulator, so it's not like, wow, I can't believe
it is so funny that it's like all the top like $200-$300 scalper only games are immediately going on GameCube.
I have a very funny story about that specific thing.
There we go.
So I have a GameCube game that I have. Well, my girlfriend has it up for sale in her shop to sell, and we have had it up for quite a while. It's a rare one. I'll just say it was Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
Are we gonna have to get
my favorite Fire Emblem?
I've got that one.
It's a great game.
It's fantastic.
It's been sitting in the shop, no activity for months and months. And then the day of the direct, my girlfriend got a message from someone like saying like, "Hey, can I buy this for $50? It's going to be on Switch 2 for free."
An asshole.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So, which is, you know, I would have liked the extra $300, but you know, I was pricing it what it was going for.
Yeah,
you know, so.
How value judgments can change so quickly.
Right.
So a really interesting thing about
the
hobby.
People still pay like what, $1,000 for Earthbound in the box?
It's going to be $5,000 now.
Yeah,
thanks to the increases.
Couldn't be me. Yeah.
Fly overseas and grab a copy of Mother 2 if you're smart.
It's called the emulator.
But yeah, the GameCube games, it's cool. It's kind of nice just to have. It's just convenient
and
to have
ease
them
of access. Yeah, right. Like.
Yeah, and they're re-releasing the GameCube controller again.
That's also kind of crazy too. Like brand new.
Play Smash forever. As soon as they put Melee on the Switch 2, that's going to be it for a lot of people. That's going to be the last time they see Civilization.
I really thought they were going to. I was like, that would be a killer app for the thing, but then they didn't. But they got Soul Calibur 2. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, the one with Link.
Yeah.
Oh, and then people are also like, okay, I guess no Wind Waker HD.
I was just about to bring that up. That was my next topic.
Yeah.
I mean, my girlfriend's super stoked on Wind Waker in general.
I think I have that on Wii U.
Because she's been dying to play it forever, and I never had a Wii U. So, and the one I have actually the old Wind Waker, but on GameCube, but it's just scratched to shit. There's no way it works.
Wind Waker, the original one, that's where the soul is. HD has no soul, so you're getting the better game, actually.
I don't know, man. I would say
look pretty nice. I just got a new TV, dog. I want to use my new TV.
I don't know what soul is, but it doesn't
that water looked real nice.
Yeah.
I would say, like, it's just, like, I see a lot of people comparing the two. We're like, don't worry, you're not missing anything. The other one is, like, the Wii U one looks like shit. And, it's not perfect, and I still do. I like it though. It's two different. Like at the end of the day, it's two different styles, and you see them back.
Different interpretations.
The GameCube one is kind of more. I don't know how to describe it. Like bold colors and everything, and the Wii U one is there's this weird kind of realism.
Rounder.
It's a softness to it.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, the realistic shadows and lighting on these kind of cartoony,
this round head, really circular head.
And I kind of like the weird uncanny valley of it. So and there was also some quality of life changes in the Wii U version where it's like I think the main one was the sail. I think the ship sail, the
fast sail,
and you didn't have to play the Wind Waker to move the wind to go to which I do think people will probably complain about a little bit. I'm assuming they're not going to have that in here, so
yes, no quality of life updates for you. Yeah, I know.
And then also, I was just gonna say real quick with the controllers though, I have one of the NES controllers for Switch, but that one is it only charges by, I think so. It has the rail on the side, so you can slide it on the Switch One. But all the Super NES and N64 controllers just have the USB-C plug-in, but this one you have to slide it. So I'm like, are they going to resell the NES
It's
controllers
obsolete
too?
now. Yeah, jeez.
And
or
like,
an adapter, probably.
in my opinion, like that was like the best one to have because like if you play, and this might be just a me problem, but like if you play the NES games on a Switch, it just throws me off. Like, because I'm used to like for like Mario Bros, like hold Y to run and B to jump, but like they have it mapped to like I think X to. You see, they have your thumb up higher, and it's like X to run and A to jump. I think. And it's a whole ordeal to like
rewiring your brain.
Yeah. Well, you can like remap it in the system, but it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
You got to change it system wide and then undo. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing.
Understandable. Yeah. What were you going to say, Nick?
Yeah. What were you going to say, Nick?
I was saying, I hope and pray that they release Killer 7 on the GameCube Virtual Console so that more people can play it. And there can be a demand for Killer 7 Final Cut, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It is a good one. I feel like the Steam Deck runs it very well, you know?
Yes, but people don't want to buy it because it looks old and weird.
Right. Well, why are they going to want to play it?
Yeah.
Because it's on the library. They see it. They're like, oh, what's this?
Yeah. Oh, new monthly game.
This free thing that I just got advertised that Miyamoto himself said, hey, check this out.
This is art. Yeah.
People can check it out.
Is Nick and I have a close personal friend who happened to be involved in that game. You may know him as SHOUTOUT51.
Oh, I heard you guys
we became very good friends with him.
On
We're both in the same video with him, yes. We collaborated.
Yeah. We got really close. Is he going to be at PAX again this year? Do you know?
I don't know. I know he's going to MomoCon, which is like a week before, so I'm not sure. I hope so. I would like to. I got another No More Heroes jacket I needed to sign, so I'm banking on it.
Yeah.
And, you do it again, you're going to start to establish a pattern. He'll start to expect you.
He'll be like,
oh,
you're that
close personal friend, Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, I like guys who follow me around everywhere. That's
You flew from where?
It's like the groupie effect, you know.
To him,
I was
though,
in the parking lot just waiting for you.
It would be like it wouldn't seem like it's such a big deal. He's like, well, I flew here from Japan, so like you flew here from California. That's not so crazy.
He's the weirdo who's flying all this way to meet me.
Yeah, kind of sus.
I remember when we asked for the signature. My wife was like, "Oh, I don't have anything to sign. Can you sign my wrist?" He's like, "Can you promise me you're not going to get this tattooed later?"
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then she did.
And then she did despite him. Not that she hates more than being told what to do.
Yeah. Just like oppositional defiance disorder. Yeah, watch me.
Yeah, watch just like conscious, like I can't even read this shit.
Yeah.
It means so much. Yeah. Well, very good. Was that it for the Switch 2?
That's it.
Do we have any other scintillating or hot takes to share?
I don't know. Money.
I kind of get it.
I wish it was cheaper, and I also wish I made more money. I wish that those two things were happening at the same time.
Yes. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish the terrorists would go bye-bye.
I do wish the terrorists would go away.
Yeah, that's the whole point of having a video game show, so that one day Nintendo or Gabe or someone will see you and say, hey, great job. Have all the games for free.
Yep.
That's the only reason we do this.
Thank you for your service, sir. Yeah. Wonderful.
We know how much you love our stuff and never talk shit about it.
Yeah.
And so somebody's a fake fan. Like, oh, they don't listen to the show.
No, they don't know that we only are in it for the physical objects. We're only in it for the feelies,
for the gifts,
the promos,
our massive numbers.
They think we actually care. Fucking idiots.
Embarrassing for them.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Moving on. What's next on the table, Nick? What are we thinking?
Well, typically we go into games we've been playing, but Kevin, did you want to go into the current state of Palette Swap? How things have been going? I know the last time you were on, Palette Swap didn't exist yet. It was kind of a malaise. I brought up hard drive and you gnash your teeth and you said, don't bring that up. I don't want to speak of it.
Ixnay on the hard drive.
Yeah. But now, Palette Swap is up and running. It's funny. You've got a channel which is creating fantastic videos, courtesy of Fudge, the pro Smash player you scout from a local tournament, I believe.
Yeah, we just a month ago hit 1 year. So it's kind of crazy to think it's already been a whole year.
Nice. Congratulations.
It's me and a few other guys who were prominent writers and everything in hard drive. When everything fell apart there, we very quickly started to piece something else together, because it was like, well, this was like, there was something really awesome here, and like there was a lot of like electric energy around it. And it felt like the idiot who was in charge of who owned the site didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, really dumb guy. There's the situation's gotten much worse since
only worsened since he left.
Look up who owns Hard Times and Hard Drive now, and
he's getting his writers from Fiverr, I believe.
Might as well. No, it's a bad situation for people. Like, it just was like, I don't know, it was mismanaged. There's people there with potential who just didn't have the right guidance. So we ended up starting our own thing. And like Hard Drive also, like Fudge was doing the YouTube channel for that for a while. Mm-hmm. So it was like this thing that really had a lot of momentum. And we basically like took that and then we kind of like evolved it a little bit. Like one of the guys who I co-founded the site with, Joe Tellelli, he does like 99% of like the images for Palette Swap. And I think that's really kind of what helps the jokes and the headlines like really sing. Is he kind of was like, we should copy this like IGN
the format.
Yeah.
Because I definitely get fooled if I'm like scrolling through like Twitter or some shit. It's like, what?
You were one of the people who really thought that they dyed the Chicago River yellow for Pokemon Day.
Yeah.
That was insane. It was like like Instagram, if you look at the comments and some of those like that really like pop off, like crazy the amount of people who like believe things.
I can't believe this happened. I gotta move to Chicago right now.
Well, there are so many people like, because that specific article was like, because in Chicago, if you don't know, in March they dye the river like neon green.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it's, it sticks around for a few days, and it turns back to regular brown eventually.
Oh,
yeah, and then we had Parker Johnson wrote this article about they're dyeing the river yellow in honor of Pikachu for Pokemon Day, because there was like the Pokemon Day was like around that time, and like the image is explicitly looks very fake. Like the water looks like
doesn't
mustard.
matter if it looks fake.
Yeah, it looks like
on the internet,
mustard.
they believe it. Yeah.
And then like there's so many people being like, "Bro, I live in Chicago. This did not happen. This is
fake news."
Yeah, and like I don't know like why. Like it's kind of like opened my eyes a little bit to like a lot of things happening in the world where I'm like, if people are this gullible for this, it explains a lot of other things happening in the world right now.
Recognize
people who instantly would fall for things like that.
You just make a TikTok video and fucking
right, like just like any like we could just probably start a conspiracy theory of our own tomorrow if we wanted to.
Yeah, and if it looks good enough, if the clip's edited well enough, it'll circulate around.
Like, it's the algorithm, dude. That's all it
exactly.
means.
That's what's inflamed.
So that was that whole thing, and then we have like, for those who don't know, like the whole like gimmick of the site is like it's kind of like a 75-25 split of like satire content and like non-satire like editorial pieces. Mm-hmm. So the satire pieces are called different colors, like, in honor of Palette Swap, different colors, and then those are yellow coated,
like
and then the
river.
Other ones, like the mustard colored river,
Pokemon River, yeah.
And then the other ones are like blue for true colors. So those are like if we have like opinion pieces we want to run about honestly anything. Like it's not just we don't just talk about like gaming. We talk about like anything with sort of like a fandom element to it, kind of like. I've written about like anime, written about like movies, like certain, like we've done like, articles about like Dune and things like anything that kind of falls into that sort of like, for lack of a better term, like geek umbrella,
nerd
I guess.
Culture enthusiasts.
Yeah. Nerd culture. It's kind of,
I know we need to find a new name for that. Yeah.
I know, like
art culture.
Yeah. Like
cool
sophisticated material. So yeah, we have like the website, the articles. If people don't know, we do write full articles for all of these. We got a team of like freelance writers too. So we got like a lot of people who did jump ship from Hard Drive. Some people do both. Some people do, one or the other. But like
double agents, how do you feel about that?
Yeah,
you wish they would fucking die.
We have our own Nintendo ninjas following them around, making sure they don't
very good
share our shit. And then obviously like the YouTube channel. I think one thing I want to highlight on the YouTube channel is our top 100 games video.
Mm-hmm. ever.
That's been, top 100 games. It's the objective list of all the best 100 games ever made. And our video producer, Fudge, went through, and it is I believe, 4.5 hour video.
It's a long-ass video.
And it's doing really well on YouTube. I feel like it continues to get traction, and it's one of those things where I think...
Do a majority of gamers share the sentiment that's expressed in the video, or is it like multiple opinions? Like, this is so wrong.
There are a number of people I've seen comment who were like, this is actually honestly a pretty legit list. And I think it's one of those things when you start watching it, you're like, you see the runtime, you're like, I'll give this like a few minutes. And I think, like, in my own opinion, because I was like tangentially involved in that. Like, I want to say, I forget, like 5 or 10 entries, and like I recorded
entries 5 through 1. You know?
Yeah, I did the best ones. Like, and then finally giving it to Kevin.
Yeah.
No, several of us like kind of picked our, like, because he had the list, and he's like, hey, you guys pick the ones you want to, like, you can write out the entry, you can record the audio for, and I'll like overlay it like over like game footage or whatever. That's mostly what it is. But it was like, mostly,
how long, this endeavor, how long did it take? Like, was it very
question? I mean, like, you would have to ask him to know. I know he spent obviously a fuck ton of time on it, and he says it because Fudge has his own YouTube channel, like, previous to Hard Drive and Palette Swap. So like, this was like, he's like, this is the biggest undertaking ever. And like, I think like with our fresh start of Palette Swap, we had a couple videos on the channel already, and he was like, this is where I'm going to drop the biggest video I've ever made. And he said, cool, and will ever make. He's like, I'm not fucking doing that again.
Top 200. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he does have to update it at some point, right? Because like new stuff continues to come out. So
the next greatest game could come out this year.
Yeah.
Will it? Probably.
And
not.
I think, well, you never know.
You never know.
Mario Kart World, Kirby Air Ride. But like, I would say like that. It's one of those things where like I would say give it a chance if you're curious. It's really it's entertaining to keep you going for 4.5 hours, and like I feel like it's one of those things where like I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, and then you're like, well, I'm actually kind of curious now, and then you keep going, and then you're not gonna want to skip to the top 10. You're gonna want to watch all of them. You're gonna be like, I want to know what number 61 was, or 54. What was 49? You're gonna want to know where all of them end up.
I want to know if they all agree with you and your objectively correct opinion.
I'm very intrigued now thinking about
and
this.
And then I think like number one was one that we deliberated on a lot, and I think it ended up being I don't want to say like a spicy take. Like we didn't pick like a piece of shit, but it's not a game. It's a game that's pretty beloved, but it's not one that I've seen typically.
People like this is the greatest game of all time.
But like it brought a lot of discussion, and you were legally not allowed to skip to that one if you watch it. You have to watch all of it. Mm-hmm. You cannot just go to number one. Like, what's he talking about? I'm an impatient little loser. What is it?
It's true. Right.
Yeah, be patient like Jake, all right?
There's a mimetic kill switch that kills you instantly.
That's right. I do like Kevin those long videos.
His ad revenue. Watch all 4.5 hours of this. Yeah.
We need it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, overall, it's been really fun. Continuing to grow. We just like added a handful of new riders to the pool. And then, it's been doing well.
It is wild. Yeah, in the sea of just constant slop to have actually bespoke content for people who actually care about the medium and actually care about, being funny. That's something like Palette Swap really, I think, stands out amongst
that's the imperative
fucking
here,
garbage, frankly.
Truly.
And then, I appreciate that. And then we also like make sure like no AI, because that was something that they were toying with the hard drive. Like there was a lot of conversation from the owner of like, well, AI it saves
so much time, guys.
Yeah, it saves time. It's better than the bottom 25% of the writers, he said.
Whoa.
It's like weird thing to pay attention to specifically.
Yeah.
And then like, do we have to edit the images a certain way? But like that's like, in this world where generative AI is just becoming, just
everywhere,
garbage, like everywhere, and like we're trying to carve out a place where that is not the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know there's
awesome.
uses for AI and like many things, but I just like, for me personally,
when you're creating your art, or
generative AI,
it's good for like inspiration, I think, but that's I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen like some like
It's a complex thing.
Like, have you
It's
seen
applications?
There's this movie called Aggro Drift. It's by this director Harmony Korine,
Sounds
who did
so
Gummo and
Harmony
other
Korine
stuff.
did Kids.
Yes, he had a movie come out last year that was
Drift.
like,
with the one.
it's very weird. It's like, it's all like he uses AI effects on it, and it's like rides the line of being like mildly interesting.
The line of being mildly.
But that's the closest I've seen. Yeah, that's the best thing I can say about something that like is that way. So
it's got Travis Scott in it, Kevin. What do you mean?
Yes,
Wow.
As a Fortnite player, I have
now I'm sold.
Yeah.
Check it out. I mean, it is interesting. It is.
Harmony Korine, a filmmaker that I
mean, he's as good as Blade 2.
Probably not.
I don't know about that one.
I can never recreate fucking Ron Perlman's like balding strip of hair that connects to his sideburns and mustache.
I know, it's amazing.
Fucking incredible. All right. Well, I mean, we love to hear that, Palette Swap is continuing to grow and doing well.
On the horizon for Palette Swap.
Like some stuff. Like, I don't want to say just yet, but we have other, because we don't want it to be just like a website and a YouTube channel. Like, there's going to be like other kind of like branching avenues. I guess I should say that we have a merch store, paletteswap.shop.
Yep.
There
You
you go.
get that. It's our first responder 9/11 cloud going to the Twin Towers.
After Sephiroth used
For
the dark
listeners
black
that,
materia.
yeah.
We got that. We got another one. The Licking Tongues shirt. It's like Rolling Stone, but lick a tongue. And then we have one that I think it might come out tomorrow as of this recording. We had a post that was very, very popular. It was like a Street Fighter 2 update will let you fuck up a Cybertruck. And it's that bonus stage of like, it's Ken kicking a Cybertruck to
My
break
fiance showed me that excitedly. She's like, look at this.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, Sophia,
Wow.
that's fake news.
it.
Babe. I'm sorry.
My friend wrote that.
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
Yeah.
You're so fucking dumb. Don't let her listen to that part.
I didn't say that.
Hey, I'm glad. I'm just happy that she's, doing the work for us and showing off the stuff.
It's circulating,
Yeah.
That's
actually that's crazy to hear. Honestly, I'm happy to hear that.
So,
but we will be selling a T-shirt of that.
I support that. Yeah.
So yeah, if you see all this, if you want to be labeled a domestic terrorist, want to buy the shirt.
I mean, that'd be a great gift for
yeah.
eventually, yeah.
But that goes up soon. So it's the bonus stage text, and then it's Ken kicking a Cybertruck.
Very good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
And again, shout out Joe Talelli for making an excellent image with that.
yeah, shout out. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Do you want to answer some Q&A related to this, or shall
We
we
do have
move
a lot
on
of
to
questions.
the games
Oh, wow.
first and then to Q&A at the end?
Yeah. Anything you've been playing lately? I personally have a lot, but I can go through real quick. If you don't want my top 6 recs,
I just have one. Yeah, only one game I played recently, which was Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
not the
fun.
big 2 yet, but the
Not yet.
in-betweener.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Did you love it or hate it?
It was fun. The gameplay was a little more fun than the first one, but the story was not quite as good, in my opinion.
I'm in agreement there.
It was also a
Yeah.
smaller game, so
Mhm. I like that snowy New York, though. I really appreciate the setting and that Miles Morales kind of side story.
Like Arkham Origins.
Yeah. Chris Redfield, Batman. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Jake,
Okay.
Sam, you been playing anything of interest for our Games of Intrigue segment?
Go ahead, Sam.
I picked up something new recently, which I've been trying to do less of in this new year, but I was feeling the need, so I picked up Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is
Okay.
Nice
exciting.
200-hour commitment.
Yeah, I know it's a big one. And having never finished the first, I was like, oh, am I gonna really like suffer for not, sitting through
we lost.
those first 100 hours? But thankfully, no. And I think keeping it somewhat brief, like this is just it's another one of those sequels, where finally the idea gets the budget it deserves, so the execution is like
That's
nice.
nice.
It's much smoother than the first game.
Yes.
And if you don't know about this game's premise, it's really all about inhabiting this like immersive experience life of this knight, essentially.
be a
You're ranging
peasant.
from peasanthood to knighthood.
Oh, is that the game where you learn how to read and stuff?
Yeah, you're illiterate in the first game, and so you can't read. Yeah, you open a book.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like all the letters are mismatched.
Can you stay illiterate?
No, Henry learns for story reasons.
Piece of shit game. I do not want that.
He goes to a monastery. You study as a monk for a bit.
I have no interest.
It's nuts. It goes crazy places. And Warhorse Studios, they're really pushing like, oh, this world's very reactive, and they're smart NPCs, and they certainly are. But thankfully, I've seen some cracks in that AI, which were just endlessly amusing to me. Anecdotally, just walking down a path, and then these two bandits kind of step up to me. They're like, give me all you got. So I clobber one, and then the other one is like surrendering while the other runs away. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm like, stab the guy. And then I turn around and there's just like a line of carriages waiting and the NPCs driving, not reacting at all. Very good. Very funny. Just like step out of the way. They run over the corpse and just keep going along. So it's certainly not a perfect execution of like super smart, sophisticated AI.
Yeah, immersive.
But when it is working, it certainly does most of the time. And it adds to the experience in the sense that like I know immersion is kind of like a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot. Like Ubisoft likes to throw around immersive game worlds. And in reality, they're extremely shallow. Kingdom Comes is not that, right? It has a lot of systems going on that you can interact with, or you will be interacted with because of just like how you're playing the game. Like, let's say you're a murder hobo and you're covered in blood. People are just like not going to want to speak to you. You'll have like higher prices in shops until you bathe or change your clothes. It's my kind of game, frankly. I can see a lot of people bouncing off because the simulation elements might be too
can't do whatever you want with no consequence.
Yeah.
That it's not Skyrim, basically.
Mm-hmm. There's a crazy involved crime system too. Like there's definitely a game over state you can reach if you commit too much crime. But before that, you'll get put in the stocks, and then you commit more offenses. They'll literally brand you, right? And then if you get caught again, they'll kill you. But if you get branded, you'll have a permanent debuff for the rest of the game, where your social standing is just lower. And I love that the game lets you have consequences like that. Yeah. So another funny story. Last funny story. I was doing the side quest where it's like find your dog, and on the way there, I've just been robbing people in this game because I need money. I have no money, and usually I knock people out, take their belongings, whatever. But this guy ended up murdering. Go do another step of the quest, and this guy's like, oh, go talk to the gamekeeper, like the hunter. He lives down the road. And then my player, like to himself, he goes, he won't tell me anything. He's dead. No. And then the quest marker just disappeared. So I have like no further lead.
That's wild.
Right now.
That's great.
So I think if I, naturally explore more, I can continue the quest, but I like how little hand-holding there is. And to see that
that's pretty cool.
I hope it's like Morrowind, where if you just kill an important NPC, you're just fucked forever.
Yeah, that's what came to mind was Morrowind, because you can just actually end your game in the first 20 minutes.
I think more games should have just games that actively hinder, hate, and obstruct the player. I think that's what these soft gamers need is games that are not even showing tough love, games that frankly outright hate them,
Especially 100-hour, 200-hour game sinks like that. Yeah, definitely.
It is wild.
Maybe not to the level.
This game too is like it's not simple.
Sleeping in a bed. It's
like you can get set hours back just if you fuck up. So it's adds a lot of stakes to just minute to minute.
Yeah, that's what it needs. Stakes. Stakes are good.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Delicious too. Yeah.
I think more devs should not be afraid to push back and do difficulty in a way that's it's not just like these enemies hit harder. It's like narratively now there are these consequences that are just happening naturally.
Right.
And that's really cool. And I'd love to see more of that. If like Bethesda, which I highly doubt,
never going to happen,
could incorporate something like that in the future.
They would never spank the player's bottom for killing an entire town. It's not going to happen.
They wouldn't be able to kill them, right? They'd all be labeled essential NPCs or something. Yeah, but that's what I've been playing. Highly recommend. Well, I recommend if you have a tolerance for just
role playing,
and kind of it's slow paced. It is not. It is not a fast-paced game, but a lot of improvements from the first. So I can appreciate that. What about you, Jake?
I mean, I've been busy as fuck with work, so I haven't been playing much. You guys kind of
No
know already. I've been
games.
playing a lot of with my free time, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I mean just RuneScape, and then that's
RuneScape,
basically all I've had time for is those two. Like if Ivy's playing, Ivy and I switch off with 7, so like if she's playing, I'll just be like AFKing on my iPad, and if she's not playing, I'm playing. Like I'll
Play
do
this
most of the
motorcycle
big
sequence,
fights and
Jake. I
shit.
don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, I do most of like the big fights and stuff like that. She'll do all the trash mobs and like run around the town and shit.
Right.
Side quest.
Beating dogs to death.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very good.
It's super fun.
Classic Final
people don't
Fantasy.
hear about it.
What a game mechanic.
I know. All the way back from Earthbound.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
Yeah, I
Lay it on
got a
us.
whole journal here. So I got a bunch of games you guys have never heard of that I would strongly recommend all of them. First off is Omega 6 The Triangle Stars, which is actually a brand new game from the artist from Majora's Mask, which is shocking. You already know
Omega
that?
6?
Imamura, is that his name?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a style of like a PC 98 Game Boy Advance ADV game. It's like half going location, talking to people, solving problems, half rock, paper, scissors RPG. Very cool game,
Cool.
very nice visual style. Funny,
Triangle stuff.
which is shocking. I feel like it's very difficult for a game to be funny.
Mhm.
And, this made me smile, which is pretty hard to do, especially, sitting alone, staring at a screen in darkness. You don't feel a lot of joy. Cool game. Very, very distinct design. You'll know immediately that it's, former Nintendo artist, especially the one who made the greatest Zelda game.
Did this
Star
guy
Fox
also
2.
do F-Zero or?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Star
did
Fox
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Okay.
F-Zero,
I'm looking at this
Mask,
game's page right now.
And he designed Tingle. He single-handedly created
Ah.
Tingle.
That's his
Yeah, real
achievement. So-
90s Nintendo.
Genius.
This looks tailor-made for you. That's so funny.
You
Yeah.
are right. You are correct.
I'll put it up right now.
Um,
Looks
Maybe if
exactly-
you look at it, Jake, it's completely.
This is Nick fucking
Yeah.
all over.
Very
I got
cool.
Star Fetchers, which isn't really out yet. I got the
Ah.
DLC, Escape from
Uh-huh.
Pork Belly, which is also very, very difficult task. I know I've said it twice, so it doesn't seem difficult, but it is, where it made me laugh out loud in the first 5 seconds with a cutscene, which is maybe never happened before. It's a point and punch game. It's like a punch out.
Yeah.
What's an FPS? It's
wait a
a
minute.
punch
I'm
out,
thinking of-
roguelike, hyper stylish, hyper story, very cool narrative, something I've never seen before in a game. Great music. Former guest, friend of the show, Post Elvis did the theme for it, which is very good if you want to
Oh.
listen to that.
Okay.
And strongly recommend it to anyone
Shout
who
out
likes
Post
games
Elvis.
that look cool and like intense amounts of violence.
So this doesn't play anything like original
Yeah,
base Star Fetchers, right?
Not at all. No,
Okay.
it's
I was
it's
like, I thought Star Fetchers was something else.
no. This is Punch Out, but you
Okay.
point and click. But it's great. It's a wonderful game.
Right on.
I've been playing Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, which is a shitpost FPS. It looks kind of like a Quake full conversion mod made by a schizophrenic Zoomer from Brazil. There's a lot of shit I don't understand
Is
anything
there a
that's
1
going
and 2,
on.
or is it just?
There is a 1 and 2. You can only
Okay.
get it if you buy
I
the
was gonna
soundtrack.
ask if it was
Right.
like a
Are they
that was
being
the joke
cool?
or
Yeah.
That's what I thought, yeah, because I was like, I'm going to get this just because it seems like it's just a giant joke. But then it turns out 1 and 2 do exist, sadly. I thought it would have been funnier if it
That
was.
makes it
That's
even
George
crazier.
Lucas.
Yeah.
2 full games beforehand.
Yeah, it's just this one like Brazilian. I don't know if he's a kid or an adult. He looks young in his picture. It's a Brazilian kid who made this like a very Quake-esque game. The level design is all over the place, complete nonsense mazes. Playing it kind of makes me feel sick. The weapons, the speed, everything about it is bizarre. But
This
it's
is,
not like a lot of FPS, so it's worth a shot. The music also is very abrasive and grating. It's kind of like one of my favorite songs, the My Heaven from Silent Hill, just nonstop. So great stuff for me.
This is another completely Nick pick. Incredible.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
no, they're
Brazilian
all
boomer
pretty on the
shooter
nose.
game made using the id Tech
Got you
2
pegged,
engine.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Been playing Super
I feel
Samurai.
Be Hard would like this game.
Oh yeah, I should send this to him actually.
Yeah.
Another friend of the show, another developer.
Another
We
developer.
got so many
And
friends.
we've grown as well, Kevin. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Has Suda been on yet?
No,
he's promised.
next
He
week.
said he would. He said he would. He hasn't responded, but he said he would.
Is he gonna have like the translator there again? Kind of like
Yes, James Mountain.
back and forth. That was I'm like I remember he had a crazy name.
What an epic
Yeah.
game.
I have his
Yeah.
business card somewhere around here. I can just unveil his little content. Yeah. Yeah, we play
Okay.
Super
That's the next game?
Sammy Roll, which is like it plays and looks like an unreleased GameCube game. It's super cutesy in the same way that Super Monkey Ball is, in that it looks like it's for little babies, but it requires like every ounce of gamer sense. If you let up your concentration for 1 second, you will fall and die.
That's perfect.
And restart the stage. It's great. It's great. It's a lot of fun. It keeps you sharp, keeps you smart. If you play this game, you can become a surgeon. And on the exact opposite of that, I played through and beat Cavern of Dreams. Very short, like PlayStation X kind of Spyro-esque, like cozy game. I don't really play cozy games typically, but this one kind of appealed to me. I don't know why. I liked it a lot. I think it's because
Cabinet of Dreams?
Cavern of Dreams.
Yes. I know what this is.
Yeah, you're like a little dragon collecting eggs. Yeah. Very Spiral 1-esque. And what I like about
that.
It's like the level design, it's like very cute, very straightforward. The last couple of designs actually really play into the whole dream thing with the nightmares, which I really like. Those are the interesting designs.
Did you say this is on the other end of the spectrum than from Super Sammy Roll?
Yeah, it's a lot slower.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot slower.
Somewhat similar. Okay.
And instead of like level by level, get to the end, it's like, walk around, explore, check out this cool world.
Big map. Okay, cool.
But it has that kind of like, did you guys ever play Glover or Croc?
Croc,
yeah.
They ever fill you with like a sense of just complete like dread when you play them?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It's like one of the most depressing games I can think of.
Yeah. So Cavern of Dreams, especially the post game, after you get this like go anywhere ability, the areas that you can find and the places you can go elicits that same sense of dread from Glover.
The darkness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which to me is a big plus.
Yeah.
And
I was curious to check that one out actually.
I liked it. I played through the whole game in one day.
Oh, cool.
And lastly, not least, Mirrored Soul. Former guest Mammoth Plants game came out. It's soul hackers and Pokemon type of game.
Cecil.
Yes.
We love it.
It will also be featured in our WrestleMania Game Jam events when I
Game Jam Slam
can actually set aside a date
when that happens. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm playing through that. Had to replay because my save file got deleted, so I haven't seen anything new yet. But I like it. That's worth checking out.
Mirrored Soul. Congrats, Mammoth Plant.
That's all of it. All right, back to Kevin. Back to the star.
Kevin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
So, shall we close out with our?
You got a lot of
Q&A?
questions.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll start us off. Coming in first from Goon. He asks, favorite Kaiji arc?
Was that from Goon?
From Goon.
Yes, his name is Goon.
Beloved Goon.
Okay.
He chose that name before the whole,
Yeah, the rework of the word.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him though. No, that's gotta be rough. He couldn't rebrand after that. He's like, I'm not gonna go by Goon anymore.
No, he doubles down. He's a stubborn.
He's a stubborn guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of respect
in a good way. Yeah.
Favorite Kaiji
Kind of like
arc?
a Goon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, I have not read past where season 2 ends. So it's been like I need to. It's been one of those things. I'm like I should read more Kaiji because like I love Kaiji. One of my favorite anime. I would say
one of the best openings ever. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Favorite arc for me. I don't know. It's maybe the Pachinko one or the underground one.
Oh, the Chinchirin.
Yeah,
the dice.
I think maybe the underground one because like I just love when he's just like he's just in such despair. He's like, I just want a sip of cold beer so bad. It just like they perfectly captures like Kaiji's like this brilliant guy, but like just a fuck up and like he just kind of like can't resist his impulses to like and they're human impulses, so like to some extent it's like relatable, and I think that is exemplified really well in that arc. And then I think the Pachinko one maybe a little drawn out at first, but like it has, I think it at least up to that point, probably the craziest reveal.
Oh yeah. I mean you knew about Akagi, right?
I have not watched or read Akagi actually.
Don't bother watching it.
Okay.
It tries to pull like a Full Metal Alchemist 2003 where it ends, I think, 10 years before the manga ends. Very poorly bungled execution. But when people are like, oh, the BOG goes on for too long,
That's
the
what it was called,
final, the final arc in Akagi is a single mahjong match across one night that took place. I think it was for 17 years of its publication.
Oh my god!
So if you like the
Hey.
bog, you'll love Akagi. I
That's
read
insane.
through the entirety of Akagi while I was in Japan, just on the trains, and it was shocking to say, but the most nail-biting hundreds of chapters of the same thing happening I've ever read. It was fantastic.
That's cool. I respect that. I like super slow, meticulous stuff like that. Like Kaiji really scratches that itch for me in a way that's like they make everything count. Like I'm rewatching Better Call Saul with my girlfriend right now, and like that show is like the same to me in the sense where it's like it's slow, it's just kind of meandering in some ways, but then like you're like, oh, that's what he's making. Oh, that's what he's doing with it, and then you kind of see the payoff, and like that's very Kaiji-esque as well. And I love like that slow burn.
Very meticulous.
Usogui.
Yeah.
Usogui is another all-time great gambling manga.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's maybe the best manga I've ever read.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody else favorite arc?
I don't know. I'm completely caught up.
Okay.
So I don't know. Probably the Kazuya. Kazuya's one poker in the manga.
That like way later or like
It's way
short?
later.
Okay.
That's all I can say about it.
You got a few years.
Wait, all Kaiji fans out there, sound off with your favorite arc. And, is it one poker? Everyone who's read it will probably say it is. It's fantastic. It's maybe the greatest thing that Fukumoto's written, I think.
Is Kaiji over or ending soon?
It's been on hiatus for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I know because he's doing like a
good
golf
sign.
manga, I heard.
I've been reading that. You should actually pick that up if you get the chance. Nikaido Hell Golf. It has very little to do with golf.
Okay, I kind of love that.
It has everything to do with golf, but it has everything to do with the players. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Classic Japanese sports
Yeah.
manga.
That sounds.
Making sports interesting, something I didn't think would ever be possible.
You got to call it hell.
Yeah,
Hell golf.
Exactly. Hell golf.
It's
I'd sign
fantastic.
up for that.
It's great. All right.
All right. Coming in next from Goon. He's got kind of he has a few questions. Says, now that the Switch 2 has had its official announcement and Silk Song got featured.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Silk Song.
Yeah. Well,
They barely talked about it in the direct.
That's fair.
What are your thoughts in retrospect to the article you wrote in January, touching on the leaks and rumors that have surrounded both?
That I wrote?
That you wrote.
Presumably, yeah.
Shit, I'm like,
Unless he's just
forgot
part
what
of
the fuck it
Palace Swap
was.
as a whole.
With leaks and rumors.
Putting you on the spot.
I'm trying to remember the exact article. Like,
Where you're like, Silk Song is never coming out. Anyone believes that it will is a moron and an idiot.
I don't know. Did we? Fuck, that's gonna bug me.
I
though.
was.
All right, this is why we need to have a producer on the show.
Yeah, just pull
You're
something out.
dead to me, yeah.
We have a wonderful search function on paletteswap.site. You can
Oh, there you go.
search for a Silk Song. Maybe it'll populate.
Is it oh, maybe it says January 21st,
Ooh.
2025 article? Let's see. By Kevin Podas.
Oh my god.
It's high time we all took a step back for a moment. You got a slice
Oh.
of chocolate cake as the image here.
That one. Yes. See, that's one of the True Colors pieces. That was like an editorial one I wrote because that was where everybody was obsessing over that piece of chocolate cake that the guy changed his avatar to. Maybe you guys missed it. It was just such, and you're better off to miss it, honestly. But it was just one of these
a
things.
mile a minute, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm just out of touch.
Me too. Sometimes, and it's one of those things where leaks and rumor culture has become so annoying. Honestly,
Toxicity
it
to
is.
it.
It's
There's
so
real-
annoying.
Yeah.
and I think like that moment where like that's what it was, and it's actually fucked up that this ended up being true. Now that I'm thinking about it, but the lead developer, one of the main guys at Team Cherry, changed his avatar to a piece of chocolate cake randomly, and then if you reverse image search the piece of cake, it will take you to an image take you to a specific chocolate cake recipe that was published on April 2nd, which was when the Nintendo Direct was scheduled for.
No way.
And all these people,
Wow.
and it's like, why would he pick that? And then like they were asked about it, and they said, oh, it has nothing to do with it. Don't worry. It's like, what? And like it's like, we're sorry for tricking anybody, but it's like, what was the fucking point? In retrospect, now I see what he's saying. In retrospect, now, it was in the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Like 3 seconds, yes, but like I don't know. That's actually kind of annoying now that I'm thinking about it. Like,
It's
I'm thinking about it.
like
that's
either. I mean, I was
pretty crazy cryptic, honestly.
yeah, like I was already kind of annoyed, like that they lied about it for no reason. Like what? Oh, it's just a joke. Like what's like? So you're fucking with people who like want to play your game, who have been
waited for so long. Yeah,
dude. It is. I don't know if there's ever been a more like blue balled anticipation for games with. I mean, there
in
has,
your life,
but like
maybe,
dude, I don't know. People lost their shit over like it was. I mean, for how many years would people just throw out like it's got to be this one, it's got to be this one?
I mean,
for Game Wars, for everything.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 was also waiting for like 7-8 years.
Yeah.
I don't know,
but that was kind of
Half-Life 3 on the Switch 2.
Did we know that like Metroid Prime or Half-Life 3 were going to get another? Right, we knew Silk. I think that's the bigger thing is like we knew Silk Song was a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I felt like we waited 10 years for fucking Final Fantasy 15. That went through like 3 versions of itself.
Yeah, it got worse.
But they weren't like super cryptic or whatever about it. You know what I mean?
Like it was when it was Versus. Yeah. It was very
Why was it Versus 13? Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing though. Like it changed. They basically took a game that wasn't intended to be Final Fantasy 15 and then just made it Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's different. The only one I can think that's comparable is Cyberpunk to Silk Song.
Where they had the one trailer and then they had
exactly
the E3
and then just fucking radio silence for 8 years.
Well, they let you know. They said it comes out when it's ready. I remember that fucking trailer. But I don't know.
Good catch by Goon though.
Yeah. Sorry, before we get off track.
Yeah.
Thank you, Goon. Yeah. How's it feel to get your work recognized on the pod?
It feels good. Yeah.
It's following you obsessively
to recall. Yeah.
See, this is one of those things where it's like I'm honestly just glad to hear people are like going into the article and reading it. You know what I mean?
Reading.
So that makes me happy.
Thanks, Goon. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, Goon.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for saying the other thing.
Is his last 2 questions. He says, "Where would you want to go in a Metroidvania mall?" Which I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Another article.
Yes. Now this one I remember.
Look at Goon, avid reader.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So that article, I was just like sitting down, like brainstorming. Like sometimes when I do this, I just think about like what's a video game trope that I could map onto something in real life. And I was like thinking of the maps in like Metroidvanias, like where there's like the color coded doors and stuff. And I'm like, I guess that kind of looks like a shopping mall map. Like when you go to a shopping mall and there's like the color coded stores and like
this indie game concept. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, that's the thing. I was writing the article and I was like, I was actually like, this should be a game. Like
what you just described.
If anybody wants to hire me as like an ideas guy.
Yeah, I got plenty of
sought after.
But I was like, I was like thinking about like, I think I wrote something about like, oh, if you go to the indoor carousel and defeat the boss, you can unlock, you get a weapon that, or you get all the yellow stores or all the stores that are marked yellow on the map get unlocked, and then you can use the escalators now. And I'm like, in every bathroom, every restroom is a save spot. Just like No More Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or
Dead all the great games.
Yes.
Yeah, and like just like thinking of, and like even like that was one of those where like I was like looking at the comments because like, people were like having like fun ideas. Like did anybody find the double jump in the FYE? Like, and that's exactly like the spirit that I was like thinking, just to think of like, and it was like struggling shopping mall rebrands as Metroidvania. It's like nobody's going to the mall. It's like, hey, it's just like a fucking video game. It's a fucking video game.
Wow.
And then imagining like what that would be like, getting a chainsaw at the hardware store, fighting off, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Do you beat them all at the end of it? They let you leave. That's your reward. All right. Yeah. Spent 16 hours in here.
Like a mid-boss fighting off the scalpers at the Pokemon card, little kiosk or vending machine or whatever.
Oh, God, see that's a hobby I'm so glad I don't have anymore, because every time I see anybody who's like, well,
I know, bro,
try to get some cards, and I'm like, that's a bummer.
Want to open some packs with me right now, dude?
Like,
crack open some fresh packs.
Scalpers are literal scum. Like, they need to be gunned down.
Do you collect, Jake?
No, because why? Okay. Why would I anymore?
Yeah.
They've taken all joy out of the hobby. Why would I? They've won.
Yeah. I used to collect a lot of different cards, actually, like different from different games. I mean, I even did Magic stuff. And I barely played it. I only played Commander, but yeah, no, not anymore. And like baseball cards, that's different. But yeah, as far as that, I gave that shit up a while back when I was broke.
Left it behind.
Baseball
I'm not doing
cards.
it now.
So I play Ken Griffey Jr. face down at defense.
I inherited a bunch from my dad, and I just was like, that kind of got me into card collecting. And I did like Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, but yeah, no, not anymore. It's just sad. I was actually going to bring that up earlier with the Switch. I meant to bring that up. So, like, how do you think they will do with the rollout for scalpers?
They have this bizarre, like if you have, what is the service called? My Nintendo or Nintendo Switch Online?
Oh, if you have like an account already?
You have an account, and you have to have a certain amount of hours played. You have to have had it for, like, I think 12 months or something like that.
Okay.
There's like some, like, there's like, if you look it up, like, you can sign up for it, and it will, like, let you know. You can get a link to pre-order it. And again, that's if it's even coming out in America anymore.
Right.
Now the Europeans are going to scalp a whole country.
Yeah.
You have to get a goddamn Canadian Switch.
Ugh.
Stinks like maple syrup. Disgusting.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come out here, but it just might be real expensive.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that, you can get one. Now, I found out something upsetting about it, though, today. Like, you know, if you have because I'm on a family plan with like 7 other people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
sure, me too, actually.
Okay, are you the lead member of the family plan?
No.
Bad news.
I forgot I was even on my friends. Fuck, I haven't paid him in like 2 years. Jesus.
Then you owe him what?
You owe
$20?
him $40 now.
Exactly. That's why I think he stopped asking. Like, it's fucking
Yeah. So if you only the head of the family can do it, which is stupid. Which is I'm the one who I am that person, but I can't afford it. So I'm like, I'm going to see if there's like is someone else in there. I'm like, I don't know if I can buy one for him, but will I be like labeled a scalper if I do? I don't know.
No.
So,
but then when it comes time for you to get yours, it might be a little,
Yeah, I guess so. So it's a clever workaround, I guess. I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean,
yeah,
it is.
Really.
It's better than nothing. I didn't know they were going to do that. So I actually appreciate that. Just because, like, fuck scalpers, dude. I can't they add nothing to society.
Jake hates them.
Dude, I do. I literally do. Like,
he's enraged.
They add nothing. I waited for years for this fucking PS5 because of them. Literally because of them. Literally because of them.
You know, if the Steam Deck 2 comes out as well, who knows? Maybe the Yuzu developers will try their hand at Yuzu 2. And then everyone can play. Everyone can play Switch 2, no problem.
There you go. All right. Last question coming in from Goon for now. His favorite Clerks the animated series episode.
Clerk. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Was he just browsing your Twitter feed, or what was going on?
I had another article, and this was funny because I pitched this having never played the game or watched the movie, but I had this one. It was like Tetsuya Nomura confirms I'm trying to remember the wording. Tetsuya Nomura confirms that the world ends with you based on Kevin Smith's Mallrats.
Nice.
And I went for the article. Like, I watched the movie just to kind of have a point of reference, but I have not played the game. I know it's
the greatest game.
Big fan. Both.
Yeah, it's the greatest game on the DS.
Is the Switch version good or no?
Yeah,
you should play the DS one, even though it's probably impossible.
That's what I was going to say.
Final Mix is great, and if you have a person to play with, it's even better. It's actually more fun. I found it more fun 2-player, and I played the original on the mobile version when it got ported on my phone.
That's not the original. Come on, man.
But it still had all the tapping mechanics and everything, right? So
you don't get the 2 screens. You don't get the playing as 2 characters at once. Whatever.
I preferred that. The 2 screens is overwhelming.
That's why it's fun.
Okay. So I really, it's a great game regardless. And I think any of the versions that you play it, I highly recommend. But if you have a friend or someone to play with, it's very fun.
That's good to know. I now I want to go back because it always interested me, but for some reason, like, I never picked it up on DS. But anyway, Joe at Palette Swap made the image for it, and then he used like the main cast, and then he like kind of like used the Jay and Silent Bob from Clerks the animated series, kind of hanging out with them in a way that, like, if you're just scrolling, it looks like they're part of the same game. And then if you stop, obviously they're not. But like, they're from Clerks the animated series, which ran for, I believe, a total of 6 episodes. It was basically the American Fooly Cooly.
It was only 6 episodes?
It was really short.
Wow.
That's
Cut
crazy.
down in its prime.
I remember just, you'd occasionally browse Adult Swim. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Clerks. Little did I know it was a valuable commodity. I should
It
have
was on
devoted time.
I think it was on ABC or something. Like, it was one of those things where it was like, at that time, like, in most adult animated cartoons, like, died, like, after season 1, like Mission Hill, tragically cut short. Unless you were The Simpsons or King of the Hill, I guess, or Beavis and Butthead. But Clerks, the animated series, I don't remember the episodes too well, to be honest. I know there was like a clip show that was like I think it was like episode 2 or something. It was like a fake clip show where it's like, remember the one time we, going back to like that was a funny idea, to do for a show. And then
Community does that bit quite well.
Yeah, that's another one too. Yeah. And like, but just to like do it on episode 2 or whatever it was, like it's very funny.
Did I miss a show? Did I miss a season of this? Yeah.
Yeah, but just a lot of shows were just, especially like if you were on like ABC of all things, like they were not. It was never going to last. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted their Simpsons killer.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Should we take Ant's next question, Nick?
Oh yeah, we got
a few.
First farm you build in the new Minecraft world.
A new Minecraft world.
In a new Minecraft world.
Yeah, you're a big Minecraft fan, Kevin. I don't know if we.
I've never.
I don't know if we've ever covered that with you.
I have never played Minecraft, believe it or not.
Perfect. We're on the same page. So let's skip that.
I love
That's surprising. I figured you would have, Nick.
Nick, you gave off the energy of someone who
would have. Yeah. You think he would have. But
you enjoy creation.
I don't like games without structure.
Minecraft.
The sandbox doesn't appeal to you.
Yeah.
With people. It's not fun alone. But it's really fun with people.
Yeah, I can get into Minecraft alone. I played Terraria alone for a while, but I didn't like all the building. Didn't like all the making.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, what would the first farm you build in a new Minecraft world be? What would the setup be there?
First farm. Oh, I like fucking around with redstone a lot, like circuits and stuff. So I try and make like my whole house just fully automated. And the first farm I build is usually not bamboo. Fuck. What is it? It goes by the water. It's not seaweed. I can't. Maybe it is bamboo.
It's probably
sugarcane. It's sugarcane.
Oh, sugarcane house.
I build an automatic sugarcane farm usually.
Oh, then he distills it into moonshine.
Have you ever seen that video series Rat Boy Genius in Minecraft World?
I'm familiar with Rat Boy Genius, but not that.
Not in Minecraft.
I think that's where I got all my Minecraft knowledge from. Is those videos.
Very good.
So I would build a potato knishes machine or farm.
I got 2 words for you, and this is going to make the episode blow up.
Here we go.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Chicken jockey.
Oh, he said it. I watched that fucking movie. I fell asleep.
I didn't see the movie. I just know that like people are going crazy.
People love screaming it. People love saying it over and over.
Yeah.
Is that from the Minecraft movie or something?
Jack Black says it. There's a bunch of scenes. There's so many scenes in that movie. It's just Jack Black pointing things from Minecraft and saying it in a Jack Black voice. And it's like, I used to think you were the funniest fucking guy in the world.
I know.
What happened?
I love Tenacious D. I love fucking.
I literally watched Nacho Libre yesterday.
And everyone's like, it's not that bad. It's good. I hope maybe there'll be more video game movies. Fuck no. Please stop. Stop doing that.
Sonic was done
it's the
right.
exception. Yeah, it's not what.
Yeah.
Not the rule.
Which is crazy, right? Of all of them.
I know.
Sonic's got to get a win sometimes.
That's so true. Oh, I've been playing Frontier still.
He's popular. He lands. That's why he's still around, But it is crazy that they were able to like make a coherent narrative trilogy.
Yeah, with Jim Carrey and it's fucking good.
I do not want to see Undertale the movie. I do not want to see Sans.
Once Toby
Jack
Fox
Black.
gets the Hollywood money, it's all over, dude.
I don't want Asgore the Rock. I don't want any of that shit.
Hans Zimmer makes the score for the Undertale film, and it's just 2 notes.
Oh my god!
Next one from Goon.
Your favorite cover from the Fullmetal Alchemist manga?
I have the hardcovers, so like I don't remember what the original ones
I do too.
were. Fuck, I
guess I don't know. Who's your favorite character?
Perfect
is it Greed? Comparison for you. And is it classic Greed or Greed Ling?
A favorite? Honestly, it's probably King Bradley.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah,
he's dope. He's an amazing design.
Great character.
Yeah, excellent character. But yeah, favorite cover, I don't know. I feel like there's like some I'm thinking of that were pretty cool. Like maybe like in the Briggs arc, some cool covers.
Yeah, there were some cool covers in the Briggs arc. You're right. There's some really good ones. Trying to think as well.
You got any favorites, Jake?
My favorite character is Hughes by far.
Speaking of Hughes, Hugh-Man asks, what's the most devious thing you've gotten your paws on?
For who?
For you, Kevin.
For you, dog.
The
What's
most
the most
sorry,
devious thing
the
you
most,
got your paws on?
I thought you thought it was Zwick for a second. Most devious thing.
I don't want to.
He's like,
I don't want to know. He's like, well, I
had
had some Rocky Mountain oysters the
Oh,
other
what do
day.
you mean?
You did break into that last time unprompted.
Oh, that's true.
What do you mean the most devious thing?
That's all it says.
You know, it's up to
So take it
interpretation.
as-
a classic
that's
Hugh
open.
question. Yeah.
Let me think. Was it devious? Fuck. I'm trying to think of like a crazy food I ate, maybe.
Something you can lord over other people,
You know,
perhaps.
something
you know?
only in crazy Chicago, as they call it.
Crazy Chicago.
Yeah.
You
You got a picture of that yellow river water?
I got a glass of it
Yeah.
in my fridge. I'm trying to look around the little figurines I have. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll show you one I got here.
There you go.
Easy to pick up.
Is it another Yu
Yoko
Yu
Kurama?
Hakusho? Oh,
Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
Yeah, he was pretty deep.
Classic.
His tongue is
Yeah.
out. So
It's pretty rad.
It's very good.
Abs are dusty.
Slightly unrelated note. Have any of you guys watched the Devil May Cry anime yet?
no, I don't want to really. It seems
I have little desire.
I have no.
That's good.
Netflix has scared me. Burned me.
Yeah.
There's one
tracks.
one every 100. That's decent out of them.
it
And
sucks.
that's it.
You know, I really like Devil May Cry. All they had to do was just lift it directly, take the 3D scenes, make them 2D. But
Yep.
whatever.
All right.
Or just
Wow.
do 3D well, which so few studios can do.
Just leave it alone. Just don't even do
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't need it
that's
to be
true
good.
too.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You got a good
Apparently,
one from.
I don't know if this is
Trigger.
true. Just staying on this. Apparently, he wants to make a American adaptation of Berserk next.
Adi Shankar?
Yes.
No.
He needs to stop.
No.
He needs to stop.
I mean, they've had so many bad ones. There needs to be a good one. I mean, fifth time's the charm, right?
I'm going to be real. I hate to be this kind of guy, but I only trust a Japanese animation studio.
And even then,
That's
well, you're
next
particular
level.
about those
Yeah.
for
You hate to
Berserk.
be the correct kind of guy. You hate to
Yeah.
be the guy
It's
who's
just-
right.
You know that if there's like like they're going to make it like too gritty in the wrong way,
Totally.
Yeah.
and then they're
But
going
like
to
if Guts got an American adaptation
yeah,
of Berserk,
we got rid of Puck.
Or Puck
You know,
none of that's
whipping
lame,
constantly.
that's
Puck
true.
voiced by Patton
Oh,
Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt Puck. Oh
Yeah.
God.
I could see it.
Guts, what's going on here?
These
They
guys
got-
look pretty pissed off, Guts. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have beheaded their leader.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that
That would be
now.
I
that'd be a
uh,
very dark
feel like
timeline.
a blood vessel burst in
I
the back of my
know.
head just imagining it.
Yeah. You just set forth some dark events in motion.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of relates to our next question from the One Buns. They ask, what do you think is the difference between someone who has fun with negativity or conflict they feel towards the things they love and those who are unwilling or unable to? What's the difference there?
These profound questions, dude. This is ridiculous.
They love Kevin.
no.
They want to ask him good shit.
I know.
Just
Usually, the
like-
people with questions they get are like, "Did you shit today?
Yeah,
And if so
literally,
what
no,
color?"
fucking,
I would
Yeah,
say
you can
like
answer this
they're.
too, Jake.
You go ahead, Jake.
I
gotta
don't
think
even.
about
You
it.
got to reread the question. I was like, damn, this is actually
what's
like
the
insightful.
difference between someone who has fun with negativity or conflict about something they love versus someone who's unable to engage with those feelings or they're unwilling to?
So I think they're asking
Personally, I think it's like, I don't know, it's like a
if they can
maturity
be
thing.
if they can be
engage with
cynical
something and
for
be
fun,
critical.
or like if they can be, I don't know, enjoy making fun of something they love versus like
yeah,
just admit it, not being able to admit.
like if
That-
someone's
that feels
talking shit
unhealthy,
about
yeah.
something you enjoy, can you engage with that in a fun way,
Yeah.
or are you going to be a
Got
complete
it.
stick
If,
in the
if
mud?
someone
about it?
says
Like, no!
Mario
Okay.
sucks, do you say, haha, yeah, I guess that
Gotcha,
one wasn't
gotcha.
that good? Or do you say, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to
I
skin
thought
you.
it was asking for like someone making fun of something they themselves love.
I think that also.
I think
Like,
also.
I think like being critical of something you like is
right.
good,
That's what I was thinking.
but
it
also
was.
like I think some people have like a tendency to be like too self-deprecating sometimes.
Agreed.
yes.
like not
Mask
able.
of irony.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Irony poisons.
I only watch reality shows ironically. I've only watched every single season of this one
Right.
reality show ironically
Right.
for 10
You
years.
could say you like it.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's okay
Yeah,
to
it's
admit
fine to like
liking
things.
fucking
Yeah.
trash TV. It's
I
pretty
think
entertaining.
I think it is it's an ego thing. I think when people attach too much of their self to something they like,
For
and
sure.
they
Yeah.
hear
And
it
an
get threatened.
insecurity as well, right?
But you should be able to laugh at the things you care about.
For sure. But okay, if we take it as the first interpretation, like someone is making fun of something that I love, I mean, I mean, again, yeah, you should be able to try and see their point of view. I don't know. That question's a little more difficult to answer, I'd say.
No worries.
It's profound.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Buns. Always.
I think it's one thing, as someone who's a big fan of, controversial game.
And this was aimed at Nick. Now that we think about it.
I don't. Well, no, it's a question for Kevin.
I know.
Do I feel the need to correct people whenever they say something uneducated and frankly incorrect about Y2K? Of course. And do I do that? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of that statement.
That's it.
Thanks, Nick.
All right. Well, Kevin, what was your eureka moment? Excuse me. What was your eureka moment for satire? When did it click?
Well, you got to be really bad for a while, and then you get a little better. Then like everything else. I mean, I did. I don't know if you guys know, but like back in 2014, I used to work at the Onion, like as a assistant.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like a writer's assistant to like the team who did the videos for Onion News Network.
Very
So
cool,
I was like
dude.
kind of like keeping track of like because they're in Chicago here too, and I would kind of like sit in the writer's room and then kind of like I had a laptop and like documented the things they said and categorized them as far as like quotes or like characters or things they want to make fun, kind of like what to make fun of kind of thing, and like organizing that. And I learned a lot from that. I submitted to Clickhole a lot and never got in. Very, very, very tough place to get into.
Huh.
And then years later, I ended up giving Hard Drive a chance again, and I did that for a while. I think sometimes it's like and we have like meetings every week about like which ones like we kind of like break down each headline people submit and kind of be like does this work this way or do we move this around? It's like it's very like mathematical in a way, and like there's like a certain rhythm to it. Like sometimes you want to have like the funny thing at the very end of the sentence. Little things like that, I guess you are eureka moments for me of like realizing
pacing
like
and
the pacing is comedy is all about like pacing and cadence and everything. Yeah. And I guess just kind of like trial and error.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
That's cool.
You started being bad at something and then you just
exactly get
better and better. Yeah.
I think every stand-up comedian I've ever enjoyed said that for the first 10, 15 years of their career, they were completely unwatchable, just garbage.
Bombed. Yeah, they just
bombing.
Bombed. You just have to go bomb for
know what that
years.
feels like before you learn what being good at it feels
Builds
like.
character.
It does.
You want to take the last few questions from raccoons, Nick?
Yes. Are there any particularly funny articles Palette Swap hasn't run?
There is actually a lot coming
Too hot
out
to handle
soon. Yeah, we have like I think like just today I scheduled like the next like week and a half. So I don't want to spoil. I'm looking at it now. I probably shouldn't spoil anything, but we have a couple really funny ones about The Last of Us. In relation to the TV show that comes out on Sunday, and then there's one there's one I really like by somebody who actually is like brand new.
Nice. Good for them.
So keep an eye out for we got a couple of really good Last of Us ones, and then honestly we publish I think 5-6 articles a week. Try to get ahead of the game, and then obviously the more things happen, like when the Switch 2 presentation was happening, people were like actively pitching tons of things, and it's like something like that. It's like you want to be on top of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of whole thing. So whenever new stuff happens in the gaming world or pop culture world, we'll be there to spoof it, I guess, satirize it.
There hasn't been anything that's like, this is a great article, but we can't publish it. It's too much.
I was gonna say, is there a line? Because I feel like it's good to kind of push the boundary a little bit, but I think decency is very important.
I think like one of the ones we did that pushed the boundaries, I would say maybe the most, was like last summer. A certain thing happened in July at a certain rally, and it was like Joy-Con drift decides election,
Right.
Trump with the just barely missed him and just They had the Joy-Con like next to him in the image, and yeah.
I guess I was just curious if I was going to see any like Alec Baldwin Rust articles coming from Ballot Swap.
I think like
coming week.
It's baked in. It's the game.
If we were like existing at that time, we for sure would have. Where it's like, I think it's one of those things. Like if we did it now, like I feel like everybody's kind of has like kind of like goldfish brain memory.
Oh,
and it's
100%.
like
It's TikTok.
It's
unbelievable now. So
the
bad.
guy's got a full reality show on HBO after killing someone.
I was gonna say it's good for him because he's like, I hope everybody forgot I killed somebody.
The guy keeps bringing it up.
Good for anyone in controversy at all.
Well, it's so funny because his wife is like, a while back, Alec was on a movie and that poor woman, their family lost a mother. It's like, you're just gonna how'd that happen?
For ratings.
I never followed that too much. It wasn't. He couldn't have known, right?
It was such a series of just
it was
unfortunate fucking events. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't
very similar to Brandon Lee's.
He did not intentionally and maliciously blast someone in front of an entire crew.
Fuck, I don't blame him for bringing it up. Honestly,
that'd be so funny if he was just like, I've had it up to here with you.
He's probably so remorseful.
That's a good Alec Baldwin.
That was a good murderous Alec Baldwin.
I just saw Beetlejuice. I'm inspired.
There you go.
God damn. Yeah. That's all we really. Yeah, we don't need to dwell on Rust anymore. I'm just shocked that the movie's coming out. Frankly,
so
I saw a trailer for it.
So I cannot fucking believe they didn't just stop.
The Crow came out. When in the 90s.
Despite it all.
Not the Skarsgård.
All right.
Yeah.
And the Twilight Zone movie.
Just a different.
After that horrible tragedy.
Can't write that off the taxes.
Final Raccoon's question we already answered. How often do people respond to headlines completely seriously? Every day. Every day, every time. And last one from Hugh. Beat palette swap in a video game. So Fudge, this is an open challenge. If you'd like to play Rivals of Aether 2, or Smash Ultimate for Switch 2, I'm open to play. If you want to put some money on it, if you want to bet something, maybe if I win, you make a video. If you win, I'll make an episode. We'll work it out.
Well, hey, Nick, Parker is going to be at PAX this year too, and I know he was saying he wanted to get in some Rivals of Aether too.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, if you guys could get a little, maybe get a little thing going.
I haven't. I would love it. It's kind of embarrassing. When I was at the Mix event in San Francisco, and the Rivals of Aether 2 was there as there with the press. I had the big press badge and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I played against another press guy with my favorite character, and I frankly dominated him. It was very one-sided, and they just left immediately. Didn't say anything. And I didn't know what to do, so I just turned to the developers and I was like, "You have a really fun game," and then I walked away.
Wow.
The guy's just like, Rivals of Aether 2, completely unplayable trash game. My impressions from the Mix.
I
couldn't even win.
Parker, Fudge, Joe, the entirety of Palette Swap. You guys build a crew. We'll build the Video Ditch crew. We'll have a Rivals of Aether match or something.
Wow.
I like that.
We'll do that. This is the official announcement that's going to happen in the future. Kevin signed off on it. He said he likes that, and that's good. So that means he signed off.
We got the blessing to the man himself. Yeah. Very good. Well, that kind of brings us to the end of today's episode. Gentlemen, as always, thank you for watching. Kevin, where can viewers and listeners find you?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys. You can find me, I'm not really on Twitter anymore. I use it sometimes, but I'm at Kevin Podas on Twitter. Blue Sky, I use a little more frequently. I gotta look it up here. Blue Sky's kind of weird, you know what I mean? I am
like Kevin Podas.bluesky.social or something.
Yeah. So just look up Kevin Podas, Podas. Follow me there. Palette Swap, we're Palette Swap, that site. We're at Palette Swap Mag on social media. Same for YouTube. So if you look that up, give us a follow. We got a lot of good stuff coming almost every single day. And then the YouTube channel, we got a lot of good videos on there, but I think the top 100 video is like the crown jewel. And
very representative of what you got going on right now.
The cream rises to the top.
Yeah. And more stuff coming soon.
Oh, very cool. Very exciting. Go check out the website. Go watch that video. Go buy a shirt.
Paleteswap.shop.
Exactly. We'll leave all our information below. We've been Video Ditch. Until next time, keep on gaming in the free world.